Yeah, yo. Woke up in the morning and to God be the glory. Thankful for another day to tell my story. Put my opinions in the universe and let them orbit. I'm from the dirty south with a dirty mouth, might need orbit. Miss things on me like a nigga Norbit. Had to refuse them cause my bitch no Rasputia, she gorgeous. As I dap my sons up and kiss my daughter forehead. Tell them we gon' get this money till my pockets morbid. Remember living in apartments, now we playing mortgage.
I think for somebody who generates, let's say you generate 1 to 3 million views per month, and then another person that generates 3 to 6, and then another person generates 6 to 10. Like, there has to be a pay scale and incentive for that.
Yeah.
But what they'll do is your video that go crazy viral, they'll lower the CPM on it. So let's say you was making. Let's say your CPM was like 130. A video that you do 250K on is like crazy.
Yeah.
But if you do 2 million,
yeah, they're not.
You finna eat off that. So you think then you go look at your CPM, that shit like 23 cents.
Yeah.
I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah, it's sick. YouTube does that as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They got it. I mean, it's they shit though. You know what I mean?
That's why I'm really like I'm thinking about like how I wanna. I really admire what you're doing. How you going straight to consumer, like live shows. Like I'm thinking more about how I want to be direct to consumer because I don't want to be completely reliant on these platforms.
Yeah,
you can't. It's just like our voice is too, I think, powerful and important to like hope that Instagram. Right now, Instagram fucking with me. I'm not gonna lie, but what if they stop?
Yeah.
What if they take my account? What if they give me a community violation for some bullshit? And then I'm gone. Niggas can't find me no more. So I was like, I gotta find another way to, you know.
When the thing with TikTok happened, it was crazy, bro. I was on the app because they were saying it's gonna go away at this time.
Yeah.
And I'm like, man, I believe it when I see it.
Yeah.
That shit went away, bro.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, this social media shit is way too fickle. It's too controlled by powers that are not invested in me. They're not invested in my interest. And they're not invested in like the things that I care about. They invested in their own interest. So then I started to really like kind of go through. I get into like these little bags of like, let me see what they are promoting. And the people that get millions of views, they ain't talking about shit. They never are. It's always like, it's either. It's always goofy shit.
It's drama.
It's gossip, but it's also like whatever's trendy. Like this is the it girl and this is the trendy dance she's doing. Yeah. And this shit got 10 million views. Why? Yeah. It's an 8-second video. You know what I mean? But things like the discourse me and you would be having, that's well, I want to get to that in a second. But one thing you said, I think is. I'll even add to, you said these platforms are not invested in people like us. They're actually, not only are they not invested in people like us, they're way too willing to let people like Trump fuck them in the ass. Like, I don't know why these niggas got fuck you money. They never say fuck you. Like between Apple, Google, Meta, they could tank Donald Trump. They could make it so that every time you search his name, something bad comes up in the algorithm on Google. They could change America's entire perspective of this man. Nobody's watching cable news no more. They're on their phones. Instagram could take every positive video that the Trump administration is trying to put out, and then they just want to like lick his balls for some reason. I don't understand what that's about. I wonder what the tax incentive is. Because there has to be an incentive, right? There's a reason why. Then when he gets elected, now he's surrounded by Zuck, Bezos, and Musk. There's a reason. I mean, Bezos had recently bought the Washington Post. Mark Zuckerberg is like heavily invested in data collection. That is what Meta is. It's a data collection center. And then Elon is just whatever. Elon is. Yeah. When I see a nigga in a Cybertruck, I'm like, man, bro.
It's just wild to me that like. When Barack Obama got elected, the first thing that happened after the fight at the housing crisis, all of these Wall Street dudes got him in the room and they tried to bully him. Like,
they were like, yo, you're the new kid on the block. You don't understand how Wall Street works, but we're going to tell you, you got to, do this, you got to do that. And he did some of it. He bailed out GE. Like, he did some of it. But also his energy back was like, hey, y'all got us in this in the first place. So what, like, calm the fuck down. That's when I was like, oh, this nigga, like, he's a real G. But like the powers that be now don't see the president as somebody that they could even punk. That scares me even more so than, like, I would think that they would be like, we're so powerful, we could buy the president of the United States. Mm-hmm. They're not doing that at all. That's what confuses me. And so even, we were talking about like Tim Cook leaving, the new guy coming in, like, if they're just going to keep being subservient to Trump, bring it back to the conversation we were having before, we got to find new ways to get our voice out here. Like, it can't be Apple Meta. Like, these niggas have too much of a connection to the president of the United States.
What do you think that looks like going forward, though? Do you think that... I'm going to ask you this. After... Oh, look, Josh Doss, guys. So we roll.
Oh, we roll. Let's do it.
Yeah. Josh Doss is a political strategist, pollster from Chicago, leading Black voter and economic studies for advocacy organization and electoral campaigns. Started grassroots organizing in Chicago, building to research roles with national entities like Global Strategy Group and the White House. These roles led him to be featured in several major TV and print publications, New York Times, Newsweek, and more. 2025, Doss was listed as the Route 100's most influential Black leaders, honoring his commitment to civic engagement and encouraging political discourse, highlighting historically underrepresented communities, and beating me as the best dressed.
You still on that? He said, that's not chic.
I ain't gonna hold you. What I had wasn't chic either. It was just that trench coat. I really wanted something for that trench coat.
That shit was fly though.
Nah, you came fresh as hell. I was like, damn, I ain't winning shit. Yeah, man. Josh Doss, ladies and gentlemen. But I do want to ask you this. You've been in the in the political space for how long? How many years?
In my whole career, I guess 8 years.
What president was the first one when you came in?
Trump.
Trump was the first.
Yeah.
So from a person who observed the Obama presidency, as to me, what it seems like the last like American presidency, as far as like how like as business as usual. Yeah. Ever since I feel like Trump got elected, this shit just been a clown show.
Yeah.
Do you see it ever going back, or do you just see it getting perpetually worse?
It's not getting, I don't think it's going to get perpetually worse. I think even though a lot of the white, non-college educated white voters in the South, in the upper Rust Belt that voted in Trump 2 times now, even though they really hate the system and want to vote against the system and would vote against the system again, they acknowledge the chaos that this man is. He's extremely unpopular. And I think the question is, it's not going to keep being a clown show, but what it will return to will look different than what it was before. Mm-hmm. That's the question I think like we got to figure out. Yeah.
And I think that's where I'm at. Do you think it ever goes, do you think there's ever a presidency in our lifetime that resembles the Obama, Bush's, those things?
Yeah, I think we'll return back. I think we will return back to that. I mean, there was a level of comfortability in that I think people do miss. And, this is probably a failing of the Democratic Party is, for whether folks like President Biden or not, his presidency didn't encourage any type of infrastructure of continuity, right? What he was bringing to the table was generally fine, but like with his age, you couldn't imagine 4 more years of that, and then like his heir bringing another 4 more years of that. So you just have a place where people are like, well, I don't know if we can keep getting like things out of a person that seems like he's almost at the grave.
Yeah, for sure.
Maybe we're going to go back to Donald Trump or something like that. But to answer your question, I think we go back to some type of more structured president for sure.
Seeing how Mamdani is doing in New York as a Democratic Socialist, and openly a Democratic Socialist, not trying to hide behind terms or anything, just that is what it is. New York is the biggest, like, it's one of the biggest cities in the world, let alone America. And seeing him affecting the change that he's affecting there, do you think that the average voter across the United States would ever be more in favor of a president that looks like that, especially with his youth? And you know, he could do this for another 20, 30 years if he wanted to.
Yeah, it's hard. It's hard to say because, you know, you're right. New York is one of the biggest cities in the world. It's the biggest city in America by far, but it is so progressive. It is such a progressive city, and frankly, the majority of the country, when you look at where they are on issues, are not exactly where New Yorkers are. Right? They're not fully on the place of, you have a plurality of folks that are saying things like Medicare for all, some type of CBI, UGC, and stuff like that, but you don't see the rest of America just there yet. And so I think a candidate, now this is what I will say about Mamdani, and Barack Obama had this. When you have a candidate that is that personable and charismatic, you can do some damage though.
Yeah.
Like that man, you see how he had Trump?
Yeah.
Smiling.
Yeah.
And called him a fascist, right
to his face.
standing right next to him.
Well, even when they ask him questions, he don't fold.
He don't fold. That's what people like about him, bro.
I think that the thing is that we've been taught that you play to power instead of challenging power. So he's a person that's actively like challenging power. Even when they asked him, like, basically they were trying to, you know, I think Kamala announced that she's gonna run again, and they was basically asking him if he's endorsing her, right? And he's like, I'm not focused on the next election. Like, I'm focused on New York City right now.
Yeah.
That's, you know what I mean? But like, they try to back these politicians in the corners. He seems like the person that's not always going for the politically correct answer.
Yeah.
But like, what's real?
Yeah, and I think people respect that. My question, or I guess as we're watching his, you know, him kind of be over New York, is when you do have to play politics, because he will at some point, you know, he'll need Hochul to implement some of his agenda. How will he navigate not necessarily, you know, folding to some of the, like, the Democratic establishment, but also making coalitions? Because politics is a game of coalitions, you know, and this is what, you know, when we talk about leftists and stuff, like, where I think they miss the mark on politics is they want to be really exclusionary with their politics. And you do have to find a way to say, like, I don't agree with you on everything. How can I still bring you into my camp? And Mamdani's got a swath of supporters that they don't like compromise that much.
Yeah.
They don't like, you know, so I'm just curious as to how it'll keep, but he's doing a great job right now, though.
Yeah.
Like, so far, for sure.
I think that mentality does come from, and just as an observer, I'm in favor, you know me, I'm like not a left or right. I think I'm left leaning with my politics as it stands, but I just don't trust politicians at all.
Yeah.
And I think our government is extremely corrupt, and I mean, I think it's more evident now than it ever has been.
Yeah.
And I think with presidents like Obama, it's like, it's very easy to be cool with the corruption because it's like he's got it under control. You know what I mean? I think with someone like Trump, it seems it just reeks of it.
Yeah.
Where it's like, man, bro, like this is what we representing.
Yeah.
I think, you know, we know what America is. America is what it's always been. So I think for me, the thing that I get from leftists and the reason why they don't want to be compromising is because they don't see the compromise on the right. And so I think it's a lot of emulating that behavior where it's like, well, they don't compromise. And they seem to get everything they want, so why would we compromise?
Yeah.
But could you speak to that, what you see, like, when you say compromise, and do you see that on the right a lot?
You know, maybe I'm saying this because I'm fresh off of this little 1 hour podcast I had with Stephen A. But I actually feel like the right side of the aisle actually will compromise on policy for political capital. When you hear Stephen A. speak, actually, a lot of the shit he be saying is pretty left-leaning. That's not the stuff that goes viral, though, right? The stuff that goes viral is the stuff where he's saying some bullshit. But the fact that the Hannitys of the world will still welcome him with open arms,
kind of does show they're willing to use his platform to get more people to vote for their candidates, even if he doesn't 100% sound like the thing. They almost don't care what you actually, as long as you're convincing people to vote for Trump.
Yeah.
They're going to kind of be like, oh, yeah, Stephen A., come on the show. You know, and so is it real compromise? I don't know if it's real compromise.
Is it compromise or are they kind of finessing for
It's more like a finesse.
It's a finesse because of the platform. It's like, so the thing is the left is like very, very vocal on social media about what they detest. So when a Stephen A. Smith says this, even if the right doesn't agree with it, they say nothing.
Yeah.
They let the left chew them up. Like they let the left eat them up. And then the left is quiet if he does say anything that is left-leaning, of course, because we don't look at Stephen A. Smith as a political analyst. No. And honestly, I don't really care. You know, this may be naive, but I don't really care about Stephen A. Smith's political ideas or ideology because it's like, nigga, you for 30 years I watched you talk about sports.
Yeah.
Let's just stay in that bag. But what we don't realize is like he does have a huge platform.
That's the only reason why I started. I was like, people listen to him.
Yes, and the thing is that with a 24-hour news cycle, it's only so much, especially sports. There's 24 hours of sports news happening all the time.
Yeah.
So that kind of gives him a little leeway to get into other conversations and topics. And if his audience is 16 to 25-year-old black and white males, they're gonna like, hey, you know what I mean? And we know the right believes in cutting a check.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's why everybody grifts to the right, because they spend the bread.
For sure.
And they spend the bread because ultimately they care about their outcome, and they all are like CEO, corporate Wall Street niggas that spend money to make money. So, and even if I'm not making money, I am making I'm making my ends meet. Like I want, this is what I want. If I gotta spend X amount of dollars over here to make that happen. So
I think fuck with that a little bit sometimes. I like how pragmatic. I mean, it's just cutthroat, bro. I wish we were a little. And when I say we, I mean black, like people who do politics to help black people. I wish we were a little more like strategic and cutthroat like that. Like, what are we willing to break if it's going to provide? They don't incentivize the people that, here's the thing. If you on the right and you getting money, if you are grifting to the right and you getting paid for that, the people that seem to grift to the right don't care about the noise because they're making the money. Yeah. The people who seem to be bothered by that is people on the left who are for the left but not getting paid by the left. Mm. Like they're left leaning because that's their politics. Mm-hmm. And then they get called a Democratic shield. They get called this and that. Like people have called me that. I'm like, nigga, I'm telling y'all to burn the whole shit down. Yeah. But you know what I mean? If you want to judge me off of like the things, like my politics are just extremely empathetic. Yeah. I want what's better for the nation in general. And I know that it's not just going to stop at black people, but I am for black people first. Yeah. And I don't think that should be controversial when we have a whole party that's for white people first. I say every time somebody asks me, they're like, oh, you Democrat or Republican? I'm black. Yeah. I'll work with anybody that's trying to help black folks. For sure. Anybody. Like you said, there's enough people out here that are focusing on their group. Niggas gonna be fine. Like I'm focusing on my group. And historically speaking, the things that help black people help everybody else. I mean, that's the thing. It's like literally Reagan will talk about the trickle down, but like what we talking about is bottom up shit. Yeah, for sure. Well, like if you help the people that's at the bottom, it's gonna help everybody else at the bottom. Because eventually, whatever is targeting you, it's like they already did the shit to us. Yeah. So like this is why I think the 92% is unique in this aspect, and this is something I've been mulling over for the last week or two, is that black people in general have really taken a stance of like we're letting the gates up and we're opening up the moats and like y'all can fall in that water, but we ain't opening these gates because we tried to tell y'all niggas like, yo, this is what's gonna happen. Like they telling y'all what they gonna do, and I don't know why you don't believe them. But I think that black people also caught a real understanding at the end of the day. It's like, nobody is going to do anything that's going to be favorable to us or people that look like us. So y'all got it. Yeah. And I think that declaration of we're the 92% and this is what we doing was very off-putting for a lot of people, even other black people. But I think now it's probably the best thing that didn't happen because
Now they're begging for our attention. They're begging for our input. They're begging for our involvement. And niggas is still like, so y'all, what's for dinner tonight?
Yeah.
And I think that that's important for us as people that have always tried to save this country from itself.
I'm struggling with it, bro. I don't know where I am with it because one thing I know is that a fascist authoritarian regime is not segmenting Mexican Americans and Black Americans. It's everybody who is in the out group is going to catch that wrath. And so early on when I heard people being like, oh, you know, ICE, that's not our fight. I'm like, yeah, not right now.
Yeah.
But billions of dollars going into a secret police rounding up niggas, like, we know where that shit goes.
Yeah, for
you know
sure.
what I'm saying? That's not where it's at right now, but
Yeah.
like, it's a matter of time. But then at the same time, I hear you because I'm like, how many times do Black people have to come out and say, yo, this man is not just dangerous for us, he's dangerous for y'all too. And then they get their hand slapped. We out. And I want to know your thoughts on this too. I feel like Black people, we're mad forgiving, bro. Like we're very forgiving.
I think that's why it bothered even people like you. It bothered me at first too. It bothered everybody because this is not okay, so we'll say like we need to stop being so forgiving. And then the 92% is saying, yeah, we're done with forgiveness.
Yeah.
And niggas is like, well,
Yeah,
hold on,
no,
guys.
that's facts.
You know, well, you know. But I think the thing is like Black women, they are always going to be in the lead of like these movements and things like that. This is just historical fact. They've always spearheaded movements.
Yeah.
And I think that this is one of those examples of times where we just like, this makes me uncomfortable, but I'm a rock. And now, like, I think politically, just as it's not even as it stands, just as it looks, we're probably in one of the best positions we could be in right now because Black people really on some like, y'all got it, bro. This y'all country, y'all run it how y'all want to. We're gonna take care of ourselves. And I mean, we are some like in a real do for self space right now.
Yeah.
And I think that that's a very strong place to be in a country that's like constantly declaring that it doesn't give a fuck about you.
Yeah.
And it's got to be difficult for you because this is your whole career.
Yeah. It is, bro. I'm telling you, I toil with it because it's like, I don't want that to lead into us not participating in elections, down ballot elections. You know, you have like school boards and you have like the dollar amounts that are going to come to like our communities. Like, this is life or death, right? And so I like the energy, but I'm afraid at how far it can go, mainly because like there really isn't a place in this country for us to actually self-isolate. Every time we've tried to do it, it has been met with attack.
Yeah.
And so the reality of the case is like we actually do have to not work within the system, but like we have to at some point work around the levers of power in America. Like we're here, you know what I'm saying? We here.
Yeah.
Even if you in Atlanta, like you're in Georgia. Even if you in Chicago, you in Illinois. Like, so I go back and forth with it so much.
I think naturally, as you should though. I think we all go back and forth. I've still been a huge advocate for local voting and understanding your local government, even at the state level when it comes time for elections. And here's the thing: is like a very educated group of people that are making this declaration. They may not be aware. You know what? They are aware that the community that they're talking to is not probably as politically astute or as educated as they are, but there has to be an understanding that we're all on the same page right now. And then it's like, okay, if we say green light go, like we just got to be able to accept that they do kind of hold that power in this space where it's like, okay, when they say green light go on this candidate, green light go on that candidate, I could trust that they vetted the candidate and that they trust like this is what's in the best interest of the Black community.
That type of organization, like, do we have that? You know what I'm saying? Because there's going to be moments we need to say, yo, green light go. We got an opportunity here. Like we can take the Senate seat. Like
I think that the women who have made this declaration as a 92% are probably some of the most educated and politically astute people that made a politically astute decision to pull out.
Yeah.
I would say this. I would say that we saw that it had a micro effect on us with ICE, but not a macro.
Mm-hmm.
And I would say not macro because we wasn't on the front lines fighting.
Yeah, that's facts. That's facts.
It just is what it is.
Yeah.
We probably could have been looking at something like massacres, if I'm being honest.
Mm-hmm.
And I think even this situation that just happened, it always gets weird when it comes to these situations. But the young lady in Texas, the police officer in Texas, the Latino woman that went on like a fucking racist tirade, and she's a cop.
Yeah.
And they talking about she's on administrative leave, and people are saying like, nah, she need to be fired.
Yeah.
Like, because that's just racial bias that you going into the street with. This is not a Starbucks, nigga. This is like, you supposed to serve and protect the community, and you're in a black city.
Yeah.
I think she's in Dallas. And then you sitting there saying you don't like niggas, like, and you saying it just like that. And then there's people in the comments, it's other Hispanic women talking about, I agree with her. Oh, what happened to freedom of speech? And then you got niggas in their comments responding to them with ICE, like, yeah, all right, well, we want to do that? Like, we'll do this. And it's like, that gets nasty.
Yeah. I'm not gonna lie, bro.
But we don't really have no allies.
It caught me off guard in my early 20s when I found out like the mass number, and I'm not saying it's all of the Latino community, but the percentage that really don't fuck with niggas. It really did, because we grew up in the same hoods. Like, I'm from the west side of Chicago. Like, it's a bunch of like Dominicans and Puerto Ricans and black folks, and we same grocery stores. Like, if you into the the gang shit, like niggas was banging different sets and shit like that. But like outside of that, we was in the same communities, and it really it caught me off guard in my early 20s where I was like, oh wait, like it's more of these niggas that don't really fuck with us than I thought. Like. And to this day, it's still like, it's wow.
Well, here's the thing. We don't grow up. We grow up with self-hatred that is anti-black, and it's like projection. It wants you to hate things about yourself. But those things are like battles within.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So it's not the same. It's a lot easier to get over anti-blackness that's projected on you when you black.
Mm-hmm.
Because the adverse of that is, well, I have to love myself. And if I love myself, then I have to love my neighbor. And then I'll love my community. And then anti-blackness, it not only gets easy to spot, but it also is like, no, I'm pro-black. Like, fuck that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm black. I'm pro-black. I think that is the thing that black people have to contend with as a projection from society. These other communities are raised in anti-black cultures.
Yeah.
And this is not an internal battle for them. It's very external.
Yeah, that's facts.
So it's not like, once they get down with it, it's like, fuck them niggas.
Yeah.
And the rhetoric isn't something they really have to contend with, because even if they are in close proximity to us, as they age, they'll segregate.
Yeah. And I think it just, America obviously has tons of different types of like racist levers, but I think it really just speaks to how foundational anti-black racism in particular is, and it's written into the formula of this country for us to have a mass migration of Latinos and Asian folks coming into community, and for them to be able to, not in plurality of course, not the most of them, but for the ones that have, for them to be able to adopt anti-blackness so easily. It just goes to show it's written in the code of being here in so many ways. You know what I'm saying? Like that should have been more difficult. Like I remember the affirmative action case at Harvard where all the East Asian folks were saying, oh, they're taking our scholarships. And I'm like, you really think these old legacy white professors who got kids that are trying to get into Harvard, you think the scholarship is going to the black kid? Like, if there's missing scholarships, it's going to these legacy people whose kids got 3.5 GPA, shouldn't be nowhere near touching a Harvard. Yeah. But they daddy got money and play golf with the president. Like, that's where it's going.
And it's going to go to the Asians that kiss white people ass all day. Like the nigga who stood up. And they still haven't been getting accepted.
No.
And black people still have. So,
Exactly.
yeah, because white people will use you and they don't realize that yet.
Yeah.
And we can see it at the polls.
Yeah.
So when we say X amount of, if we say 60% of Hispanic men voted for Trump and 50% of Hispanic women voted for Trump, when you go on your racist tirade, that's like, okay, ball game. Like, I already knew this.
Yeah.
I go look at the numbers.
Yeah.
But, and even to your point, we this is American, yes, but this is a global issue too.
Oh, for sure.
In Hispanic cultures, this is anti-blackness run rampant. In Asian cultures, yes. Like, you know, there's a thing of, you know, that's a thing in Asia.
Yeah.
That's a caste system in Asia.
Yeah.
Is how dark you are. It's like you automatically.
It goes back to something with like the farm, like if you worked in the farms, then you get tan.
Oh yeah.
And that showed that you worked outside with your hands, which was obviously less valued than you being indoors, and you get really pale, which meant wealth.
Yeah.
You know.
And in Japan, there's places in Japan, and if I'm not mistaken, Korea. I don't know the nose, but I know that like there'll be times they go out in the sun in the hotter seasons covered up.
Yeah.
So they don't get a tan.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Wow. I remember being a kid, like being in the sun, you know, and all the other kids in the neighborhood, like, oh damn, you about to get Akon black. Like you got, we did it to ourselves. You know what I'm saying? Like I never hid from the sun, but I remember other people being like, you trying to be out in the sun? You trying to get darker? Like, and obviously, you know, it was funny back then, and then you get older, you're like, damn, there was anti-blackness at 7, 8, 9 years old. Yeah. Like telling kids that any darker is bad. Like that shit is wow, bro.
So this is what I mean about the projected anti-blackness, but not a culture of it.
Mm-hmm.
We're not a culture of anti-blackness. It's just projected onto us, and people pick up from those things. I mean, we're not that far removed from slavery.
Yeah.
And we damn sure ain't that far removed from Jim Crow.
Yeah.
So, I mean, if your like my granny dealt with Jim Crow, so like I know that, you know, the anti-black rhetoric is just something that it's like front of mind.
Yeah.
And some points it could be seen as a thing that they're doing to protect their children. At other points, it's a thing that's like killing your child's self-esteem.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, how do you contend with protecting them by killing their self-esteem?
That is, I really wonder what this next generation, because you know I'm a millennial. Millennials, we had boomer parents, and then I think like Gen X had Gen Z. Mm-hmm. I'm curious as to what this next generation is going to be like, because the boomers, 100% they thought, I'm not saying they were right to do this, but 100% they thought they were protecting us. Like I love braiding my hair now. I wasn't allowed to do that when I was a kid because they were like, oh, you walking around here looking like they might mistake you for one of these little hood niggas, X, Y, and Z. Like they're thinking from safety. They're saying very arguably bigoted things, but you know, my name is Joshua. I have a Hebrew name, easy to pronounce. My parents thinking about me getting a job before I'm even, you know, before I can even speak. They think about, we want him to be able to be employable, you know, stuff like that. Like I wasn't allowed to wear my do-rag outside the house. And I think our generation is thinking differently about protective hairstyles, like all these other things. And I wonder if we will raise our kids to kind of buck the norm, or will we, once you have that kid, you start thinking like, man, fuck all that. I'm gonna try to protect you by all means.
I don't think we have the same protection mindset because we didn't. I think the thing is like we didn't see the danger of those things that they did. So even though we understand they was trying to protect us, the information that we have now, like we would rather be pro-black than protect.
I would.
Yeah.
But you think the rest of our...
I think so, for sure. You got to also understand like this generation of talking heads are millennials, bro.
Yes,
millennials and I'm 35.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? The way I talk, nigga.
Yeah.
My kids hear this.
Yeah.
My kids would be, you know, my son asked me like, yo, what's up with white people? And what make them racist? And I was like, and I tell him like, I was like, this is a thing that they cling to for power.
Yeah.
But anybody that hates somebody that much with no reason is just jealous.
Yeah.
And I was like, but historically, they use this thing as a tool of fear to keep themselves in power, but they also can't deny the greatness, so they find a way to cherry pick the greatness and use it and then demean the rest of them. And we have these conversations. I took them to the Civil Rights Museum in Birmingham, and like the look on their faces was like, bruh, like let's just leave. This is depressing. Like, this doesn't make sense. But I just want them. I want them to understand, and I want them to be proud of who they are. And I don't sugarcoat the reality of the world. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I don't buy that modern day racism from white people actually comes from a belief that there's any inferiority between us.
They don't think they're
I don't
superior.
buy
at all.
it. I don't buy
You
it.
can't think you're superior. Look at LeBron James. Son.
No,
you can't.
no. And
Barack Obama, like for real. If we're gonna look at politics,
but even look at how they move. Like if let's say I really thought I was smarter than you and it was inherent. Why would I take resources away from you? You know what I'm saying? You take resources away from people that you fear.
yes,
You fear how fast their progression could be with resource.
Yes.
You feel me?
This has
You
been, like, their
separate
history.
leagues like the ABA because you are actually quite aware of all the lies you've told them about themselves. You know them very well. You told them that they had cerebral deficiencies, and you knew that wasn't true.
yeah.
And you just don't want them to know that that's not true.
What is that? Phrenology or some shit like that? What's it called? The science where they was like comparing skulls and shit like that.
Yeah,
I think it's called phrenology.
Was it the eugenics?
It's eugenics, but it's like that
Yeah.
that specific.
Yeah.
It's just like genetically we're superior
Like,
and more intelligent.
You knew that shit.
But here's the thing, and this is the thing: a capitalist and a racist in the room, it gets rough
What do you mean?
because the racist says there needs to be a Negro League. The capitalist says the Negro League is more exciting and outperforming the MLB, and we have to integrate some of these niggas over here if y'all want this to even be a thing.
Yeah.
And so we'll pay them less. You know, then we can, like, this is where the capitalist and the racist has to come to a compromise about, okay, well, white, like, we can let them in our league, but white men have to have preferred positioning or they can't come in the front of the stadium. You know, all this stupid shit they was doing. Like Bill Russell, probably one of the greatest basketball players of all time, but couldn't sleep in the same hotels as the rest of them or had to go through the back door or was still dealing with racism, even though, like, the city is celebrating the fact that he's winning them championships. You know, it doesn't make sense. It's stupid.
American capitalism has always been racial capitalism, though. I don't think that they're different at all. Like, I think there's no form of American capitalism that is not racial capitalism.
It's all racist.
Yeah.
But when I say that, I'm saying from the perspective of the person who cares more about race than they do about money. You see what I'm saying? And it's like, then the person with real money comes in like, look, bro, fuck you and what you talking about.
Yeah.
We're losing X amount of dollars. You know, the idea is like, if it was racism first, there is never no league integration.
I see what you're saying.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If anything, we're going to destroy the Negro League, but their way of destroying the things we created was to integrate them.
Yeah. I see what you're saying. And to make as much as they can off of it, even if it meant putting a black person in a position of prominence.
Yes.
As long as they're benefiting from that prominence, then they would. Yeah, they're two sides of the same coin.
It is.
Like what the one side has hate, the other side just seeks to extract. They're both violent.
Yeah,
they both have been violent.
One is like extremely exploitive practices, right? Like I'm always disheartened when I see clips of like James Brown performing because he's an amazing performer, and the first thing they want to do is talk about drugs. But they just like, you don't know who you talking about. This man was like staunchly anti-drug most of his career. And I think it was like Boosie Collins had slipped him some LSD. And ever since he got that first high, he just was chasing it ever since. But he was like, no drinking, no drugs. You would get docked if you did that. They don't know this man was sober as fuck, like for the majority of his career. All these great things he was doing that shit sober. And it's like, because towards the end of his career, he was on drugs, then we're going to put everything that he ever did and donate it to drug use.
Yeah.
It's just not fair.
Yeah.
But he's also black, and it's just easier to do it like that.
It definitely fit into, I think there was a fear. People like James Brown, I mean, even Ella had this like effect. Lil Richard had this effect where they were so intoxicating to white people. White people, black people loved them too. I'm not saying that they were selling out, but like white people really liked Lil Richard, like a lot, to the point where I think that they began to fear whether or not they still had controls over the hearts and the minds of the young white kids that were coming up. That's why you don't hear people talk about how black people created, rock and roll that much or, country music that much, because as these artists got really, really big to the point where like motherfuckers was really, white people was ready to run through a wall for them big. They're like, ooh, let's keep them down. Let's make sure they don't have too much influence. Let's slip James Brown a little something. Yeah. Let's call him a drug addict. Let's, you know what I mean? Let's keep the control over it.
Because they control the media. So they control the narrative and they control your perception. And I think another thing is this. I always just think about this. Like, if white people created rock and roll, black people wouldn't excel at it. Like the way that they do, right? Like I always am of the assumption that like the person who creates something is always going to be the best at it. I could be wrong. There's a white person like James Naismith created basketball, but they ain't the same basketball he created. Like niggas ain't playing that ball. But I'm just saying like it would be evident if y'all created like how good, like, you know what I mean? Instead of it would have to be a pushed thing. Like Elvis Presley is like literally just stealing from black artists and like gospel singers.
Gospel, yeah.
Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But even to your point before, I think one of the most unique parts about like the American experience is seeing how dominant black people can be in all of these different arenas and how the power structure has to contend with that. So keeping the hearts and minds of white people means like I can't, like, I have to, almost it gets to a point where I have to prop up these entertainers because I can't let you find out about a James Baldwin. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I'm thinking about that because, and I feel like I'm still kind of stuck on your first one where you said, if white people created it, then black people wouldn't excel at it. I'm trying to think, what are things that black people excel at that white people create? And I couldn't think of that many things.
Show?
I was like, I can't think of too many things white people didn't create.
Yeah, but this is my point. This is my point.
I'm like, what did they make other than Manifest Destiny and,
We're not the best colonizers. We don't do that well.
Yeah. That is wild.
Black people also are very hesitant to participate in capitalism over group economics. You have to cherry pick black people in capitalism.
I don't know if that's true. I think black people want to be capitalists.
Now?
Yeah, now.
No, but I'm saying like historically. We've always been very group economics oriented, very
for sure.
Socialist, communist type people. Like, you know what I mean? The town has to have the farmer and the businessman.
Yeah.
And like all of our towns are, even if we grew up in a capitalist society, all of our towns are based on everybody bringing what they do well to the table and it being accessible to everybody.
And we use this word capitalism all the time, but we honestly kind of use it improperly because what we're talking about oftentimes is not capitalism. Capitalism, at least as it's theorized, encourages competition between different entities, between the private and the public sector, between large corporations. What we're actually talking about now when we say capitalism, the thing that we hate is corporatism. Yeah. It's when large corporations can lobby governments, can consolidate, and actually it's quite non-competitive.
Yeah, it's not capitalism in its roots, like oligarchy. Like they really are like I was just because there's whatever it was that I was reading that came out. I don't like to say an article because it could have been a video. But the thing is,
I do that all the time. I was reading this book. It's TikTok.
It was at the peak of COVID. They talked about how like Amazon, Meta, and one other company was operating the country in like a techno oligarchy. They had so much power and control and so much lobbying power. And that's the thing that we hate. Yeah. It's not capitalism per se.
That in theory is not capitalism. Now, some people will make the argument that corporatism is just late stage capitalism, right? That capitalism will always lead us to a place where large corporations will have outsized influence over politics and over government, which I'm not going to agree or disagree with that. Like, you can have your ministry on that. But yeah, we're past capital at this point. We are living a corporatist oligarchy for sure. I mean, when 1,000 people own 60% of the country's wealth,
yeah,
that's you know what I mean? Like this is not even in a.
I think the thing with we look at, it's very easier it's very easy for us to call black capitalists because they're singular.
Yeah.
They're not representing of a. We don't think about Jay-Z, and we don't think about the corporation of Rock Nation or any of those other things. Now, we will understand this connection to him, but when we see Jay-Z, the multi-billionaire, we think capitalist. That's him.
What do you think about that? Like, what do you think about the whole like Jay-Z's whole thing is like I'm trying to capitalist us out of our chains and follow my lead, make your business, make money.
I just think that you can't say you didn't exploit anybody. I just think that that's not fair. Like you got where your start of your career was about selling crack.
Yeah.
The play that you made at Barclays Center, like displaced a lot of black people in Brooklyn. Yeah. Somebody had to lose for you to win. There is that aspect of it. I also just think that we can't base the averages off the anomalies. Like, he's an anomaly. You know what I mean? Like, how many people didn't make it out the crack game?
Yeah.
Didn't go on, like, bro, you made it out the crack game. You went on to be a multi-platinum, multi-Grammy award-winning, the hottest rapper of all time. You're a fucking anomaly, nigga.
Yeah.
That's not the average person's experience anywhere ever, nigga.
Yeah.
You overcome so many obstacles in your life. So it's like it already doesn't seem feasible to the average person. Like, nigga, you overcame like crazy odds.
Yeah.
So we can't base the black community off of your accomplishments when, like, that's not average.
Yeah.
What is the deal for the average person?
Yeah.
And that's why I'm a big supporter of young people getting into trades. This is how we raise the average capital.
Yeah.
It's by people getting into skilled fields. And especially for those who don't want to go an academic route, which seems to be more and more popular these days.
Yeah.
People want to go straight into getting the money, but it's like, you want to go straight to getting the money, but you go work at Amazon.
Yeah.
And like, nigga, you could go to IBEW, or you could go get you a CDL, or you could go to welding school and be working the same hours and making a substantial amount more money. Like, you know?
I'm a little afraid of the trade route for black people. Not that I'm saying that they shouldn't do it, but I am afraid of it because of how we're innovating our way out of the need for some of these things, some of these routes. I mean, like, you talk about CDLs. These trucks about to start driving themselves.
Well, I mean, but then we also have HVAC technicians and,
and
welders and things like that. I do think, I mean, CDL is because it's what I did, but I do see, like, I think that there's going to be certain points of automation that automation can't really take over.
Yeah.
I don't want to, you're not going to automate plumbing.
Right.
You're not going to automate welding.
Right.
And you may automate deep sea welding.
Yeah.
But the average, you know what I mean?
No, I know what you like. And my argument is not that these opportunities there won't be any of them.
Right.
I just, we are moving, like, our economy has moved out from one that values, we go from an agrarian society to a textile society, turn of the century, we go into the Industrial Revolution, and then the information age technology. As we're integrating AI into the economy, I don't know what that will look like as far as some of these, like, we've already been losing manufacturing jobs. A lot of these jobs, like, I don't know what that will look like. I think 5 years ago, naively, I was like, these young black kids need to start coding. Like, they need to, they need to learn how to make apps and shit. And now I'm like, oh, wait, that's not even, we're automating that shit away. Mm-hmm. AI is taking the code. We told everybody 10 years ago, to become a coder. We don't need coders anymore. Mm-mm. So, like, I'm like scared as for where's the next stage for, working class black people.
Have you thought about it? Where do you see it being? I mean, if you think about AI automation and everything, just from your perspective, what do you think would be like a sustainable way going forward? Even if it is just, let's just say next 10 years.
Honestly, I just asked Governor Pritzker about this. We had a little interview. I think the answer is universal basic income. I think Americans need to start getting more comfortable with the idea that we're just going to straight up redistribute some of this wealth. And you won't necessarily have worked for it, but it'll be okay because this is how we keep the health and the wellness of society. And I think
the working class, some of the most staunch opponents to, universal basic income actually be the very working class people that would benefit from it. Surprisingly enough, I think the first step is we got to get more comfortable with that as an idea. And then I think secondly, like, I think it will, to your point, it'll probably be some type of hands-on job, but it won't be manufacturing. Like, it will be probably closer to the things you were saying, like a plummet, but it won't be making. We're moving away from making stuff.
Yeah, I don't think we'll be making products because I think that even China is the epicenter of manufacturing, and they're automating the shit out of jobs.
Yeah.
How do you think, with techno oligarchy being prominent as it is, and then there's this new idea of techno feudalism, which is basically everybody is, for lack of a better term, a slave to the tech companies. What is your idea about like universal basic income, and how can it be beneficial to people and not just automatically put them in a caste system? Tough one, huh?
That is a tough one, because in a way it does. Like, I don't think that there's a right answer to it. In a way, it absolutely would put us into some form. It's not the type of caste systems that we think about traditionally, but some form of a caste system. This is the goal of, or this is the job of the federal government, is to buffer the American people to go from one stage of economic development to another seamlessly. And I think the very first step is us trying to figure out what an off-ramp of UBI looks like before we even started, right? So how do we get people through this new rupture that's going to come from the integration of AI safely without going into a Great Depression? How do we have conversations with local and state governments about what this money will be able to do, where it'll be able to do it, so we can kind of deconstruct some of what the caste system psyche kind of brings, but also very quickly getting us to what does the future of American work look like? And I don't think I know that answer. I'm gonna be real with you. I don't know what that looks like.
I don't either.
I think it will be some form of a caste system. Like,
I think it's naturally a caste system. The thing that you're saying that makes me think is that, like, what is the corporate sacrifice? So for me, the corporate sacrifice has to be, like companies like BlackRock are going to have to sacrifice their stronghold on like controlling rent, and we can't just have affordable rent in slums. Like, there has to be an efficient middle class that people can buy and rent homes in with universal basic income that's not slummed the fuck out.
Yeah.
And we're gonna have to do away with this idea of like landlords like owning a home and renting it out can't be a flip anymore.
Yeah. Because
if we're not gonna have manufacturing jobs for people, then we can't lord over where they live. It just is what it is. It's like y'all already own the majority of the single family homes. Y'all have to make them affordable.
It's disgusting. And like, I can't believe a generation of people who literally lived through the ramification of the first housing crisis in 2008, and some people who were around for some of the other economic downturns that preceded it, can even allow a company like BlackRock to buy up all the single and multifamily houses. And the fact that it's even a conversation that we're having after creating things like, Elizabeth Warren created the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau, or not Elizabeth Warren, I won't put that on her, but we created the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau for us to like proactively address these large corporations doing things that enrich them and make life terrible for everybody else. And it seems like we have to go through it all over again. We had to go through the robber barons era of the 1920s and then the Great Depression in the 30s. Just to be like, yeah, maybe we shouldn't let fucking the Carnegies and the Vanderbilts own all the railroad. You know what I mean? Like, why do we have to do this every fucking? But yeah, I mean, I think we're gonna have to do it all again
too. I mean, we're in the 20s now.
Yeah.
Shit ain't roaring like it's supposed to.
No, we skipped the roar. We were right there.
I ain't hearing the roar at all. But I'm interested in your ideas about these things, because it's like, from the political analyst perspective, these are conversations that I'm sure you're privy to all the time. Outside of like whatever hot button issues are like about war and things like that, I think for the most part it's like what is going to affect the everyday Americans' lives, because like whether you're pro-war or anti-war, if the government decides to go to war, they're going to war.
Yeah, clearly.
Yeah, clearly.
Clearly, yeah.
Whether they have the approval from Congress or not.
Apparently, you don't need that shit.
And here's another thing that is very prevalent. If Israel decides to commit war crimes, they will not be held accountable. So it's like, how does the average person even content themselves with worrying about shit like this? Where I know that you want to worry about it, but it's like there are no repercussions for their actions.
Yeah.
So then the next thing has to go to, okay, me, my life, my family, my community, and my local government. How is life going to look for me? If we letting these niggas just run rampant with the war and war crimes, what are the conversations around how do we protect the everyday American citizen?
Yeah. I mean, I think there's two conversations that are happening, because the protection from the American citizen from the perspective of our geopolitical affairs is very apparent when we see ourselves spending $1 billion a day on a war and gas prices going up 47%. Like, that is an immediate impact on the everyday person. So I think, how do we protect the everyday person in the geopolitical conversation, in the geopolitical affairs that's happening? And then everything else, I think, is that I've seen is happening at the city, the local, and the state level, right? Like, a good example was, Mayor Brandon Johnson in Chicago, right? Like, his approach has been like, fuck Trump. I got to protect Chicagoans however I can, right? So if he's going to take $800 million away from our community violence intervention programs, I'm going to have to find it somewhere else. We're not going to get it from the federal government. We got to get it from somewhere else because it's reducing the crime rate. You know what I mean? And basically the answer is a lot of these cities and states are getting very self-protective and just making plans that don't include the federal government, because you're not going to get any help from them. But yeah, I mean, I think it's going to look a lot like state level and city level redistribution of wealth when it can happen back into the communities.
I've seen this thing recently. I forgot what set it off, but I know it was about Mom Donnie saying, okay, we're going to tax these corporations. We're going to tax the rich. That's how he kind of intro this joint. And then you get the state or the country or whatever of Panama saying like, hey, we have no X, Y, and Z tax here. And they're trying to make it like, they're basically appealing to these corporations that exist in New York or the rich that exist in New York. Like, hey, come here, bring your business here, or like consign your business here. But it's also like, I don't know what that looks like. I don't know what the average person in Panama and how they living is.
I don't know either.
But I can also guarantee it ain't how an average New Yorker lives.
Yeah.
And those businesses know they can't just pull out of New York.
Yeah.
If you're bringing billions of dollars revenue to this city, it's not,
yeah.
You don't want that. And take it to Panama, nigga?
Yeah.
And then what?
And then what? Literally. It's the taxes conversation really, man, it gets so inflamed because it's like, don't nobody want to pay taxes, bro. But you want the roads to be fixed and you want the bridges to be working and you want the FAA to be funded and you don't want your plane to fly into another plane and I hate that government has been operating so poorly to the point where people are willing to just opt out of any place that's talking about taxing them because they don't even see where that tax money is actually enriching their lives. And you know what's usually happening, honestly, bro, in these red states that are acting like Panama, that are saying, oh, well, we don't got taxes here in Louisiana, or we don't got income taxes here in, Kansas or whatever. What's usually happening is they're just taking a lot of money from the federal government from California and Illinois and New York that are paying more in taxes than they get. So they're still fixing their roads and bridges with tax money. It's just not their state's tax money. Like, they become a daddy's credit card little girl. You know what I'm saying? It's like,
they've become welfare queens.
They're the welfare queens. The red states are the welfare queens. You know what I'm saying? So it's like everything is getting fixed with tax money. We just have to be better about redistributing that.
Is it? I don't see the red light no more. That's what I'm on my cam. Yeah. Okay. I think that's funny because you say like, oh, Louisiana, we don't pay taxes, or Kansas, we don't pay taxes. Guess what? Nobody wants to live there either.
Right.
Like, niggas want to visit New Orleans.
Yeah.
Nobody's visiting New Orleans and like, oh, I should move here.
Well, I just moved to New Orleans.
You did?
Yeah, I did.
Well, yeah. But
So I can't let you get all without. But no. Like you make a point. Like it's tough. Like
I'm telling you, I went to Charlotte. I was like, I kind of want to move here.
oh, Charlotte.
Charlotte's nice.
I haven't spent
It's
so
also
much time.
home for me too, though. So
Is that where you from?
I was born in Charlotte. Well, I was born in Concord, which is like right outside of Charlotte, and I grew up in Wilmington, North Carolina, until I was 13. Okay. So it's like
I feel like you have a very strong Atlanta accent.
I mean, I've been here since I was 13. My mama from here too.
Okay.
So it's like I've been here every.
You don't sound like a Charlotte nigga.
I've been here every summer since I was damn near born.
That makes sense.
So if not here, Fayetteville, North Carolina. But I think the thing is that I don't have a strong Atlanta accent. If you talk to one of these niggas up the street,
I feel like you do. Maybe I don't know enough Atlanta niggas.
Yeah.
You know what's funny, bro?
I'm put you around some of them niggas.
When you be code switching like we all be code switching, your shit, you got range with your code switching. So God damn, one time you uploaded a video, I think you was drunk, low key. I was like, yo, this nigga got range with this code switching. This is a whole different Deontay Kyle.
I can turn that bitch on. For
You
real.
really can, bro. Bro, that's like black people's superpower. Like,
I mean, it's bilingual
for real though.
It
like
is.
we really are.
because we have a language within a language.
For sure. What's Charlotte slang?
I don't know, nigga. I'm not from there. I just was born. I was born in Concord, and then we moved immediately to Wilmington. So I haven't been in Charlotte. I went like when we was kids, maybe to a Hornets game or something like that, but it wasn't enough to be around.
Yeah.
But I just remember when we went, it was small. It was small and communal the way that like I wish Atlanta was at times.
Yeah.
But Atlanta has become very corporate. So when they say like, oh, the old Atlanta, what they talking about is when it was more communal and less corporate. Everything is so fucking corporate now. Even like this last minute, you know, you get an opportunity. It's weird that cities don't operate like logically.
Yeah.
To say, okay, we want to bring the World Cup here. First of all, the racism in Georgia is why y'all refuse to expand public transportation. So we don't have a great public transportation system unless it's basically for like riding public transportation in Atlanta is like just saying I ain't got no money. Whereas in New York, it's just an efficient way to get around. In Chicago, it's just an efficient way to get around. In San Francisco, it's an efficient way to get around. In Georgia, it's like, ugh, nigga.
Wait, so y'all don't really got public transportation and y'all don't got sidewalks? Because I was knocking doors for Everton Blair. Shout out to Everton Blair. He's running for the 13th here in Georgia. Go vote for him. I think voting starts on Monday. I was just knocking doors. Nigga, y'all ain't got no sidewalks, bro. I'm walking in the middle of the street.
You understand what I'm saying? Though?
How you get around? If you
Okay, but how you gonna tell the World Cup to come here?
No, that's wild. You can't.
And then do you see all this construction that's going? It's just last minute. It's like niggas just throwing shit together. But it's like, hey, when that shit leave, we gotta stay here, bruh.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, then y'all gonna do the Super Bowl 2027.
Didn't y'all have like the Olympics at one point too?
The 96 Olympics is what started the downturn of Atlanta. Any nigga that's from Atlanta, if you ask them when did Atlanta start changing, it's 96 Olympics. Because they build up all this infrastructure and they forget that niggas are gonna leave.
Yeah.
And then there's gonna be people that have to stay here when they're gone.
Sound like you ready to move to Chicago then.
I love Chicago. I'm gonna tell you why I'm not moving to Chicago. That's September through March.
Bruh, people be overdoing. It's not as bad,
nobody's
bro.
overdoing
It's
anything,
not
nigga.
as-
It's cold as shit.
Our winter is like y'all summer. You just can't really be outside that much.
Nigga, we outside in the summer.
In August,
Real rap, we outside, nigga. What? We somewhere where it's shady.
it be y'all got the sweaty heat. Y'all shit.
Yeah, it's humid. It
You
hold
can't
on
be
to.
outside in that.
We
and-
be out there.
Y'all probably be musty.
I'll say
You ain't
this.
even deny it.
I'll say this. I might go to the day party where the sun is out, but it's shady and it's a lot of fans and it's that. I'm not going to the park unless it's like a very good tree to yard ratio out there.
Tree to yard ratio.
Because I need to be in the shade, bro.
But that's the crazy thing about y'all heat though, is that you get sweaty when the sun is not even out here.
Yeah,
like,
but we used to
How
that.
is that possible?
We're used to it.
Listen, we don't got that in Chicago. I'm gonna tell you what we do got. We got
Y'all got the West Loop, and that's
we got
a vibe.
West Loop. Yeah, you was in West Loop?
Yeah, nigga.
Niggas was in West Loop. Niggas didn't even hit me up.
Bro, first of all,
That's crazy.
it was Palooza time. We
You
weren't
see,
connected.
you see how they do me, bro? Niggas be in West Loop, don't even hit Josh
we
Dawson.
we wasn't where we at now, man.
West Loop. Who told you about West Loop?
I know some people out there, man. You know,
We got
I want
West
to go see.
Loop.
I pulled up on them little niggas from the gym.
I did see you out there with them. Yeah. They're in South Loop, I believe, or somewhere. They all live together.
Yeah. I was downtown. We had met up, got lunch. Then me and my manager went to the West Loop.
Yeah, bro.
That's a beautiful fucking city, man.
I'm trying to listen. Tell your people about actually don't.
I haven't told nobody because like
we gotta start gatekeeping a little bit. I'm not.
You
gonna
have
lie.
to, bro. It's one of the most beautiful cities in the country. It is probably top 3 most beautiful cities.
Nah, chill out. It's not, and it's dangerous, and we got bees. It's mad bees everywhere. When you touch down, a bee gonna sting you. Stay out of Chicago, bro. Don't do it.
Nigga, you live in New Orleans.
I just moved. Yeah, I just moved today.
When I talked to you, you was like, "Oh yeah, I'm trying to decide whether I'm gonna stay in New York or move to Chicago." Now you like, "I live in New Orleans."
Well, I have a place in New Orleans, but I'm gonna do the summer in New York because I'm gonna do more media and stuff. Then I'm coming back to New Orleans, man. You know, I got some property.
Yeah.
Alright.
Real nigga, man. Real nigga, man.
I do be dodging Chicago winter a little bit.
Just be honest.
But New Orleans is also you gotta tapped in with New Orleans. It's beautiful.
I bet. You know what I mean? I got some people out there. First of all, New Orleans has very rich culture. I love it. Whenever I go down there, it's like familial vibes. You know what I mean? Like they treat you like family.
Yeah.
I think the thing is like I hate when black people talk about black people like they're not black. Like, there's you go down there, it's dangerous. Like, nigga, you know how black people get down. If you over there fucking with somebody, it can get dangerous. That's anywhere.
Yeah. Sometimes I'm like, y'all, you never been to a big city before? Like, it's places where shit get active. It's places where shit don't get active like that.
America,
like you never,
bro.
you never.
That's literally America.
And niggas will say that. And niggas will say that about other countries too. And that's what blow me. They're like, oh, I can't go there because that place is dangerous. And I'm like, you live in Detroit.
Nigga, first of all, let's talk about this. Niggas live there.
Yeah.
So anywhere where people live, you can go.
Yeah, facts.
Yeah, because it's not, but I think niggas got to stop watching too much TV, too much media.
Yeah.
And because, like, the thing is, the truth of America is that you get smoked in Omaha, Nebraska.
You could get smoked in Omaha, Nebraska. It happened when I went to college in South Dakota. Somebody got smacked in South Dakota. Like, it's everywhere.
America is guns.
We have more guns than people in this country.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, yeah, no.
It can go down anywhere.
Yeah.
What made you go to South Dakota for school?
I play basketball.
At
that Division I scholarship.
What school?
University of South Dakota.
What's like the mascot for them? I've never heard of them.
Yotes.
Oh shit.
This
point guard?
I played point, yeah. Well, not there. They had me at the 3. But prior to that, I played the point. But yeah, I sat out my whole junior year. I tore a bunch of ligaments in my foot, and then my senior year I struggled. But we were good. We was good.
That's decent.
Yeah, we played UCLA. We played Duke. We played a bunch of national television games.
That's hard, nigga. So how you go from balling to political analyst?
You know, I think it was because when I got hurt, I had to just sit out and watch. And we were having a good year, bro. We were like, I think at one point we were like 22-4. And I was just like, wow, I'm watching my Division I career just pass me by. And that was the first time I thought, I was like, what's next? Like, what am I gonna do next? And I was in a poli-sci class and I really liked it. So I just kind of started steering into it. And actually I had a moment with my dad and my grandma. My grandma lives in Inglewood. We were over there. We were just like, cutting her grass and stuff. And it was a billboard. Somebody was running for office, but they weren't black. I don't remember what they were, but they weren't black. And my dad was just like, I feel like we have so many problems because the people that look like us don't represent us or don't ever want to represent us. And so then I was like, all right, maybe I might go into politics. So I don't want to run for office now, but back then I wanted to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But you are a political consultant as well.
Yeah.
What is that? What's a day in the life of a political consultant? What does Josh Doss's day look like?
Yeah. So I conduct research, qualitative and quantitative research. So that's just like surveys, focus groups. A lot of times when people are talking about there's a race and who's going to win, who's up in the polls, down in the polls, that's all statistics. And that's what we do at Hit Strategies. I work at the biggest Black-owned political consulting firm in the country.
Shout out.
Hit Strategies. Shout out to Terrence Woodbury and Roshni Nettingadi. And so usually, we'll have, say you running for office and you want to run in the, the 13th district, but you don't know the demographics of that district. Is it majority men? Is it majority women? Are they mostly Black? Are they young? Are they old? You need to have demographic data on your district. Then you need to know what are the issues that they care about. You could knock doors and talk to a couple people, but you wouldn't have a statistically representative understanding of, oh, this group actually cares more about school issues as opposed to, I don't know, healthcare, right? So we'll conduct that research for them and hand it to them so that they can communicate with their constituents better.
Mm-hmm. So anytime somebody is at Congress and they asking them questions about numbers specifically, they got them answers.
They be having them answers.
Them niggas be acting like,
I
don't know.
Yeah,
I don't got them answers right now.
They be
It's like,
having them answers.
I know they
bro.
do.
Yeah.
We talked about this outside. I'm gonna segue into this, but for one, as somebody who is so informed politically, and conducts so much research and knows what the numbers are, and also has to sit and watch people sit up there and play dumb, for whatever their agenda is, how infuriating is that when that we could be doing better if we just take the approach of a more informed and inclusive society?
Maybe I should be more infuriated by it than I am. Maybe that shows how disillusioned I'm getting with politics. I think I've been watching it my whole career. It doesn't make me mad anymore. I feel like my response to it is not anger. It is how can I beat it? How can I be more strategic than it? How can we ask questions that expose the fact that you actually do know the answer? You're just not giving us the answer, right? And there's ways you can structure your messaging and ask questions to expose somebody. Mm-hmm. And I think my approach has been okay, he bullshitting. How can we expose that? Yeah.
So when we was outside, we was talking about. I was discussing when I started and stopped almost immediately debating people is when I realized this isn't about the truth.
Yeah.
It's just a pissing contest for the most part.
So bad.
And I love seeing people that can debate well, JJ from the gym.
Yeah.
I mean, he smoked niggas in debates. You done did it on some of the biggest media platforms. Just smoke niggas. Have stuck on stupid.
Yeah.
I know that has to be gratifying as an intellectual, but it also has to be one of those things. What's the point of this?
I don't like it. And if I didn't have to debate, I wouldn't. We're not debating anymore. Actually, debates allow people to get their points out, allows people to respond to certain points. This is a performance. It's a lot of times it's who can be louder. Sometimes it's who can have the best straw man arguments. I mean, these debates that we're talking about are rife with ad hominems and straw man fallacies and all other type of logical fallacies. It's a big game. But I think one of the things I do know is that some of the people that we need to reach, they sometimes do respond to thinking oh, wow, he smoked him in that debate. Maybe he know it. And then now, hopefully, you're going to listen to me talk about other things when I'm not debating.
Yes.
'Cause I don't like it, bro. When did you debate?
I never so early in TikTok, it was that was one of those things. I'm not a debater, my nigga. I'm just saying, a lot of people would want to talk to me about my opinions and my thoughts, and then it would be maybe 5-10 minutes into whatever live it was, and this only happened 2 or 3 times. This was early on, just before I was anybody on TikTok, but I'd be oh, this nigga doesn't care about what I have to say.
No.
And it's and they would say something, I would point to what the truth is, what the fact is, and where you can find these answers. And they'd be oh well, that could be fake news. Like, oh, all right, nigga, I'm cool. I'm good on this. And that's when I realized, like, this is not about me proving this to anybody. This is about me being informed and aware and presenting it in a way where it's digestible to people. That's it. That's the only thing I care about. Because, like, that is literally how I came up. And it's like, I also stopped responding to people that just, like, obtusely disagree. Like, they don't have really any articulable disagreement. They just don't like what I'm saying.
Right. One of the things I like about your delivery and your impact on, this developing industry that we have online is like you have like a stream of consciousness approach where when you're flowing, it's one thing and then another thing and then another thing, and then I see how your thoughts are building on each other. And I've never seen you debate or even try to debate or have a discussion, but I feel like I would get pissed to see something break that, because whenever you land somewhere, I'm like, damn, that nigga. Bro, I'm gonna tell you, you said something, bro. I think about this once a week. You said, and you was at the end of a long rant, you said, why are we so concerned when you were talking about the 3/5, how white people called us 3/5? Why were we so concerned about whether or not they thought we were 2/5 or 3/5 of a human when they don't even behave in a humane way? I was like, this nigga ate that, bro. I was like, the whole day I was like, and bro, I gotta give you your flowers. Like, you say some shit that be so, like, that is such a complex thought that you made so simple. Like, they don't even act humanely. Why would they be the judge of who's human? Bro, I've never thought about it that way.
Yeah.
That was fire. You do shit like that all the time. So I'm saying that to say, like, yeah, I don't think, like, fuck debating. I like the way that your shit come out. Fuck that.
but I know it's not for me because I never like arguing with people in classroom settings. Like, early on in high school, when I moved here in 9th grade, so I had to start a whole new school in 9th grade, nigga. I know nobody. I'm in a whole different state, and I was like, I'm gonna just focus on my books. And then I was like straight A's, like to the point where my counselor was like, "We're gonna put you some advanced classes and shit like that, especially literature. I love literature, so I was in advanced AP literature and shit." And then I went to her, I was like, after like 6 weeks, I was like, I don't want to be in this. I was like, everybody in here just trying to prove they smarter than everybody. Nobody gives a fuck about the work. And it's like, and because of how I talk and because I'm not finna try to like outword with you, it's like, everybody in here like trying to kiss the teacher at like, this nigga don't give a fuck. This nigga got his degree. He gonna do this again next semester.
Yeah.
He not gonna be next semester, oh, I wish I had Tim Johnson in my class again. Like, nobody he don't give a fuck about you, nigga. Right. And I knew this young. Like, I knew he didn't care about me specifically. I knew if I was a great student, it would be a joy to teach me.
Yeah.
But I know he's not taking me with him the rest of his career
right.
and keeping me fond in his heart, nigga. It's just like, this is the class. And it was this one kid where, like, anytime we would break down a passage or essay, and it's like, naturally, the way that I relate to things is how the real world is. So I would be taking shit like from the Iliad and all this, and like, how does this apply to like modern day? And I would do it with like shit like that was happening in my neighborhood or shit that was happening with my niggas, and he'd be like, well, that's actually like, I'm like, bruh, shut the fuck. And I asked him one time in class, I was like, bro, I'm one of the few black people in here. Is that why you always gotta like critique of my work? Because you gotta come and think about this shit from this big academic perspective that nobody give a fuck about, and I can pull this shit from real life, and I say it better than you?
Yeah. It's threatening.
He ain't like that shit. And he's supposed to be like star student. This nigga's on the debate team, and he the head of the FMLA and all that shit. And like, they'll ask me to be in these clubs. I'm like, not if this nigga in there, I'm not gonna be in there. Fuck that nigga. Yeah. And I was like, 6 weeks in, I was like, I'm straight. Just put me in regular.
Oh, so you did go back?
Yeah, fuck that. I don't like that pompous shit.
Yeah.
And I also wasn't raised around it, so it wasn't never a thing where I'm gonna just go to school. And like, I was never like going to college. I had already made my mind up. Like, I want to be a creative. I want to be in the arts. So like, me excelling at this class ain't really gonna do nothing for my plight because I'm going to do graffiti and I want to be a cartoonist. And, you know, like, I had already given up on sports. But I did want to go to SCAD. And I had, like, already been building my SCAD portfolio. And so I was like, I already kind of was set where I was. And I think now, if I would have went, I would have probably went into marketing and advertising. And, you know, I understanding that. Like, my teacher always was telling me, like, you just have a great marketing mind.
Yeah.
She's like, even in your art, like, you know how to take the concept and, like, this is, like, she's like, it's almost like you're selling the concept. You know how to draw attention to the thought behind the concept. So when we do 7 Deadly Sins, even though there's all this stuff going on in your artwork, I know exactly what the sin is when I see it. She was like, that's marketing. Look, we've all got that appointment we've been putting off. Maybe it's the dentist. Maybe it's your annual checkup. Maybe something's been feeling a little off, and instead of making that appointment, you've been on Google, TikTok, and WebMD diagnosing yourself with about 12 different things. And listen, I get it. Life gets busy. But taking care of yourself cannot keep being the thing that gets pushed to the bottom of the list. That's why I love ZocDoc. ZocDoc is a free app and website that helps you find and book high-quality in-network doctors so you can find someone you love. We're talking about booking in-network appointments with more than 150,000 providers across all 50 states. Whether you're looking for dermatology, dentistry, primary care, eye care, or one of the other 200 plus specialties offered on ZocDoc, you can easily search by specialty or symptom to build the care team that's right for you. You want to see your doctor in person? Great. You prefer a video visit? You can do that too. You can view thousands of verified patient reviews to give you a real sense of who your doctor is. Maybe they hate small talk just as much as you, or they root for the same sports team. Whatever it is, you can feel confident that you can book with a doctor you know you'll love. And when you're ready, you can see their real-time availability and click to book instantly. No phone tag, no waiting around. Appointments made through ZocDoc happen fast, typically within just 24 to 72 hours of booking. You can even score same-day appointments. I use this, and I think you should too. Stop putting off those doctor's appointments and go to ZocDoc.com/grits to find and instantly book a doctor you love today. That's ZocDoc.com/grits. ZocDoc.com/grits.
There's a tension, I think, a lot of times in the skill set that it takes to be good academically, and then like what actually makes you successful in the real world. Like the overlap is not particularly salient. Like you'll see a lot of people who are very good students who just can't figure out how to do real world shit, how to monetize themselves, how to take their, you know, work ethic or their intelligence and make it, you know, like blow it up. And I think a lot of times kids that are in that traditional academic machine, when they see people have these you know, like auxiliary skill sets, like how you have, like there's a real jealousy there, because it's clear that like being able to pass this test or being able to, that's going to get you, you're going to do well in school. But the people who are going to do well in real life do the things that you do with your brain, and they can see it. A lot of times, honestly, like a lot of professors and teachers can see it too, and then they have to make the choice to whether to tell that kid to steer into it or to be like, well, you're not being academic enough. You know, I had a teacher that was telling me that, like, told me pretty early on, even though like I was a better student, it was like, academic, you shouldn't keep going that route. Like, you shouldn't try to be a professor, and I want to get my JD and all that stuff. She was like, you have a knack for communications that like we don't teach in these textbooks. You feel me? Because it comes from like a lived experience, but being a Black American, being in white space, being in Black spaces, like all this stuff is like we don't teach that shit here.
Yeah, and then charisma too.
Yeah, like we don't teach that shit.
You can't even be taught charisma, nor can you be taught like, you know, just the understanding of how to maneuver in a room.
Exactly. Anthropology is the closest thing to it. You can take like anthrop classes and maybe some psych classes, but like most of the people that I know that have the best reads on people are just like hood niggas or just like real niggas that they could tell when it's like, oh yeah, some shit about to pop up over there. Or,
yeah, because the trauma is hypervigilant.
Yes.
And like that's something you just got to get out of life. Hypervigilance just come out of life. Sometimes it come out the household. Sometimes it come out the neighborhood. Sometimes it could just be a traumatic experience that just turn that on. But these are also things that you just can't buy.
Yeah. You know what's another thing that's kind of like that? Like comedy's kind of like that.
Yeah.
Like you could study how do people structure their jokes, strong premise and this and that. And then like a lot of the funniest niggas you know just be niggas from the hood for real.
Right,
Like, you know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Like, they just have a knack, but like making somebody laugh is there's a level of intelligence you have to have
Absolutely.
to like read a room, to know like
What's working, what's not.
working, what's not. But a lot of hood niggas I know, they got that shit.
Bruh, the thing is like the way that the mind is computing stuff in milliseconds.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is like it's really it goes from computing it to how I'm gonna say it. That's it.
Yeah.
Like how and when. Like I know there's a time is coming. I'm gonna talk about the nigga shoes.
Right.
It's not right now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Just roasting niggas in general. Like we
that
grew
shit
up
is
doing
funny,
it
bro.
back and forth. Yeah, no,
and it's fun, but it's smart, bro.
Very.
But it's like there are like I believe like 8 to 12 different forms of intelligence, and school only focuses on 1 or 2 of them.
Yeah.
So it's like the kid who can regurgitate what happened in the book, that shit don't mean nothing to me. Because also, anytime, 8th grade, same thing. Math, 8th grade, I was taking algebra in 8th grade. This was the advanced course of math. And my teacher was like, he's like, you can get an A in any basic course that they're going to give you at this school because you don't need you don't need nobody to hold your hand. Like, once you understand a concept, it's off to the races with you. You don't even need to know what's going on in the book. She's like, and my math teacher was telling me, like, if I give you a formula, once you understand the formula, I can put any problem in front of you, you're going to solve it. And you don't need, like, X amount of homework per week or X amount of worksheets to get it. Once you get the formula, you got it. The thing is like, you got to be here to get the formula. And you the type of nigga that'll skip class. And, like, that was what made me unpopular in AP Lit. It was like, y'all coming that bitch high as fuck. Like, and I'm talking about like wintertime high. So I got on a flight jacket. My flight jacket reek of weed. I'm 10 minutes late. I don't give a fuck.
Y'all didn't have the dogs at your school?
Nah. I went to school in Burr, like what's considered the burbs.
Okay.
Like I went to school in Douglasville. So yeah, no dogs. But I would just, I'd be going that bitch and it's like, I might go to sleep.
Yeah.
Anything. And it's like, but it would come and take a test and I'm like, yeah, this answer that. And it's like, niggas would be looking at me like, what the fuck? And it's like, the kid particularly, I'm pretty sure his mindset is, this is not fair. But it's also like, you didn't have to live my life either, so.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If you want to swap lives, I'm pretty sure your shit is pretty fucking basic, bro. You just go home, you eat a sandwich, you get an allowance, your parents ain't arguing.
You know what, bro? I go back and forth with this because, you know, I think it's kind of easy to be like, oh yeah, these little white boys, they be having it easy. They kind of born on third base a lot of times and with wealth in their families. But these little white kids be committing suicide.
Yeah, they be growing up. They have shit that's going on with them
shit
too.
be really, you know what I'm saying? Shit be really going on in their head.
The thing is what they talk about this the thrill-seeking nature of white people is because they don't have like structural obstacles to overcome. And like the mind needs obstacles. It needs problems to solve. And it's like, yeah, it do seem like it's easier to be a white dude, but you also ain't got it. I never have to worry about my dad coming home and killing all of us.
I'm saying, you know what I'm saying? Like that, or even just like, you know, love. Like I feel like the way that black families, and I'm not saying we perfect, but the way we love on each other is a little different than like I feel like sometimes there's a coldness. Like I see how like my white friends growing up would talk to their mamas. It was like there was a coldness to it. Like, damn, you just called your mama a bitch. Like,
love,
damn,
bro.
mom, like, what the fuck? Like, why are you cussing at your mama like that?
Yeah,
like,
that's crazy.
Yeah.
I think it's devoid of love, but it's like devoid of community. Because the way to keep white people in line in this country has been they get paid in power and they use that power to be individuals.
Yeah.
They preach individualism. So yeah, he doesn't care about like the long-term effects of his mom because his mom is literally just a role in his life.
Yeah.
It's not like as personable. And this is just from my perspective. I never lived a white life. But I think also another thing is too, what I do notice about white people is that they don't have cousins or nicknames.
They don't be having cousins, bro. White people don't have cousins. Or they do have cousins, but they don't know their cousins and shit.
And they don't have nicknames. Like
I never heard a white person be like, oh, I was just with my cousin. I'm going to my cousin's house.
No.
That's crazy.
And our cousins is like, we get like extra siblings.
You know, bro, when I was living in D.C., I had just moved to D.C.,
I was living in H Street, and they have a festival every year, H Street Fest, and they got the go-go music, and it goes late. It goes late until 1, 2 o'clock in the morning, and that neighborhood was getting gentrified by white people, and when the festival was technically supposed to end like 9, 10 o'clock, that's actually when it would kind of begin, And the year I was there, some of the white people that had just moved in were saying to the black people, like, technically it's supposed to end at 10 o'clock. And I had to watch all these black folks who have history being in A Street doing this festival have to wrap it up because here come the white people who think that they're the police, right? And bro, you know what I really thought about when I was leaving that? I was like, I feel like white people miss out on humanity a little bit because they seek supremacy over it so much. Like, these are beautiful moments that you probably actually could be a part of. Like, they're not gonna tell you to, but like, they wanna be the police so bad that they like miss out on human moments. You know what I'm saying? It was like kind of sad. I'm like, damn, you could be a part of this right now.
The craziest thing, before I got here, right? And I'm dressed like this. And I'm gonna get my car, because I'm getting a rental because we got a show in Nashville. And this white lady walks up to me, and I'm standing there waiting on the shuttle. The shuttle takes you to your car at this specific spot. And she's like, do you know where we're supposed to be going? Because, like, I'm here to get my car and whoop, whoop, whoop. And I was like, I don't fucking work here. And she's like, oh, I'm so sorry. Yeah. But it goes to that point where it's like you want to be in charge so much that everybody that doesn't look like you must be working for you.
Yeah.
Because they could have just joined the festival.
Right.
And they would have probably had the best. They would have talked about that for years.
Yeah.
But instead they need control. And that's why they like quiet and they like everything has to be, like, it has to be the perfect temperature. And it has to be, it's like, what about my dog? And, all this shit. And it's like, because it's like, it is devoid of humanity. It's not human. It is anti-human in its behavior because a human is a collaborative, collective thing that we're doing.
It's a collective experience. I feel the same way about American Christianity too. Like, I think, like if I told my mom, who's a very strong Christian, oh, I don't believe in Jesus, what she would hear is, oh, you don't believe in God. Mm-hmm. Right? And that's not what I said. Mm-hmm. And I think spirituality is like a house. And Christianity is like a room in one of those houses, but there's other rooms, right? Mm-hmm. And because Christianity seeks to have supremacy over the whole spiritual experience, I feel like Christians miss out on spirituality in a lot of ways. Like,
they miss out on God.
Like they put God in a box almost.
Yeah. Well, because this needs to be a bit easy for me to control and understand because I don't control or understand myself. Mm-hmm. And you mean to tell me that every other, we talking about billions of people that don't believe in the same God as you are going to hell?
Yeah.
But if I was born in India, I could be Muslim, I could be Sikh, I could be Hindu, I could be all of these things just because of where I was born. Mm-hmm. So I need to examine this.
Yeah.
I need to examine what my idea of God is.
Yeah.
And it almost like their vision of God has nothing to do with moral accountability, because if you think that this all-powerful God engineered the cultural isolation from Christianity for somebody who's Muslim or Sikh in India, who might get approached by the gospel once in their life, but I get to get approached by my grandmama every time I go over her house. I get another chance to get saved. But this person over here gets one chance, maybe two. And it's just because of where they were born. But then the punishment is an equal amount of conscious torment in hell. That is not a moral God. If that is really what you believe God is, that's not I should get a worse hell than that nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like my grandma was telling me every week. So it's just like they have a strange relationship with spirituality,
It's a fear-based belief.
Yeah.
And so like, what is fear? Like ultimately, if we think about the effects of fear, not only on the body, but the action of how fear will freeze you. Mm-hmm. You can't think in fear.
Yeah.
Right? Think about think about the cold chill that goes over your body when real fear hits you. And then think about, what are you looking to do in that moment? Escape. You want to run away. You want to get away from it. A lot of people assume that when it comes to like physical confrontation, that you will fight. Some people don't. Some people freeze, some people flight. But what about mental confrontation?
Yeah.
What about coming to the realization that you fucked up?
Yeah.
All you want to do is escape. It also like makes it where I don't want to hear shit. I can't even think because of my own thoughts. And then you're trying to tell me something I can't. And so like think about that as a walking state.
Yeah.
Everything is like, I'm going to hell.
Well, that's the like, you know, for lack of a better term, the beauty of their indoctrination, where they start you off like you're a born sinner, right? And so that fear that you're talking about, it's in the infrastructure of their entire experience on this planet, and they're constantly working to undo the thing that made them a born sinner, which is, I don't even know what that thing would be. And the craziest part about it, bro, the craziest part is it will have a Black American Christian looking you in your face, basically saying that the things that led to him being Christian, chattel slavery, were somehow a part of a divine plan for his lineage. That is a sickness beyond, that is an unspeakable sickness that's going on in your brain. If you think, and I've had Christians say that, I'm like, well, you know, we wouldn't necessarily be Christian if it wasn't for slavery. You know what I mean? And our ancestors getting pillaged and the forced adoption of this spirituality. And they're like, well, ultimately it led to something good. That's crazy.
Yeah, but what, like, nigga, what? What?
What?
What? You're a greeter at Walmart, nigga. What's good about that?
Bro,
I mean, tell me what's
it's not
good.
even like you rich then.
You're not even
come up
you
like
ain't even
that.
eating.
You're not even eating, like, bro. You've been
You're
doing
in America.
Jesus been the coach of your team for 20 seasons. Y'all niggas are still the Wizards.
Y'all niggas is 0-82 every year.
season, bro. You're not trying to try a different coach.
All we gotta do is be thankful.
Bro, try a new coach, maybe. I don't know.
And
like,
it's not like, here's my thing, is that yes, it's a deep-seated sickness, because the thing that if you try to denote divinity to your suffering, like, nigga, raping and killing your children, eating your father,
skinning,
putting your hair in couches,
yes,
using your children as alligator bait, cutting babies out of the wombs of their mother and stomping
them.
And this is God?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm cool on him.
I'm cool on him.
Straight on that nigga.
Because
that nigga evil.
Where was this nigga at?
Yeah, where he at? And
what was you doing for 200?
If you say, like, you got to think about this belief system of, this is something that I tell my kids about the N-word, like, never let nobody play with you when it comes to that nigga shit. How many black people, the last thing they heard was them being called a nigger? Now think about this adversely. How many black people died and the last thing they screamed for was Jesus?
Yeah.
I can't, I'm not playing. I can't play like that.
Like, I feel like people like you and others who want to be real authentic, like, that's where I came to. I grew up in the church, but I came to a point where I was like, if the God y'all telling me to serve, by y'all I mean my parents, every adult you ever trust, if you're saying that he is all powerful and he's all good, stop right there. He's all powerful and all good. Where was he at when my ancestors were getting skinned alive? And actually, I don't even know if I need to know where he was at, because an all-powerful God who does not stop that, if I'm being authentic, I don't even like that God for real.
I don't fuck with that nigga,
you know what I'm saying? It's not even.
You talking about like Levi Strauss jeans. Logo was the 4 horses connected to the 4 limbs of a black person and running them in different directions. And the idea behind jeans was for slaves so I could see you when you out in the field. These niggas have made billions of dollars off of this imagery and this mindset. And like, fuck that guy.
And
I'm straight. And I'm not even trying to be disrespectful. I'm saying that nigga's ultimately the most disrespectful being on earth, nigga. We talking about millions and millions of people, bro.
If he has the power you're saying, and his text and this text we're talking about doesn't even it encourages slavery in most parts of the Old Testament and some parts of the New Testament. It encourages this thing. Slaves, be obedient to your masters with trembling of heart. I mean, we can go all throughout the Bible and find places. All my nigga had to say was like, yo, don't be racist and don't kill people. Right?
And
all powerful.
It'd be very easy to spot a racist.
It'd be very
And it's also very awkward to me to see James Baldwin said this, like, the most segregated hour is high noon on a Sunday morning. Well, we talking about the church. We talking about two racial groups of people that believe in the same God can't even worship together.
Yeah.
We got to call in question what we talking about.
Yeah.
Niggas will come together for football before they'll come together for God.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? And so I can't, for one, can't fathom it.
Yeah.
For two, also, I was always a child. It's like, I got to ask him a little bit more questions. I don't know.
Yeah.
You know, this is the thing. The story that most people talk to when they like condemn homosexuality is, I believe, who was it?
Sodom and Gomorrah.
It's not even, but is this in Corinthians? It was an address to the Corinthians.
Oh, okay.
Right?
Yeah, the letters of Corinth. Yeah.
Right. Nigga, I don't know no Corinthians.
And why is you reading their mail too?
And, you know what I'm saying? Real
it's
talk,
a letter to them.
How nasty was y'all niggas being out there? When it was like, hey, bro, we gotta stop this.
And I'm not a Corinthian. I don't know no Corinthians. I'm not a Corinthian.
I never met a Corinthian. And so obviously that don't apply to me.
Yeah. No, that's facts. It's like, I think they've made sense of a very, very chaotic world with it, and the ironic part is most of the chaos came from it. Like Christianity has given. When I talk to people about this, they're just like, "Well, you know, Reverend Martin Luther King, Reverend Jesse Jackson." I'm like, "Yeah, Christianity has given a lot of like peace and comfort to a world that was, you know, ravished by Christianity." You know what I'm saying? Like, am I lying? Like, but like, if that's what you got going on, I rock with you, but I don't like the evangelical nature of American Christianity.
Don't talk to me about
you don't have to be, and that's where you get into whiteness. That's where the blurred lines between whiteness, white manifest destiny, and American Christianity blur, because now you're leaving your home. Like, people was cheering on the Pope. They were like, "Oh, the Pope going at Trump." I was like, the Pope was on a plane to Africa when he made that pushback on Trump. To do what? I feel like I read a book or two about white people leaving their homes and talking to Africans about divinity, right? So like the soft adoption of Christianity, or like the soft face that a pope might have, to me does not hide from the violence that this thing has been to humanity, you know, and I can never get over it. I know you got into it with niggas when you were the...
Oh, man, bro, listen, bro, the thing is, it's like, I believe whatever y'all say. I'm the devil, all right? People watch... Bro, it costs $12 for this mask.
Yeah.
How demonic is that?
Yeah.
It's $12.
Yeah. These are the same people that kick their kids out of the house for being queer, or take food stamps away from the poor.
Oh, let's take it a step further. Let's talk about how this nigga Kev on stage is not only like one of the most upstanding fathers and husbands in the content creator space, but has also created spaces for all these content creators to come together on shows that he's creating to not only get their first acting titles or acting credits, not only get their first experience on a production or movie set, but he's literally in real time making tens and tens of, if not hundreds of people's dreams come true.
Yeah.
And then it's like, this, because he said like, I choose to love queer and LGBTQ people, it's like, well, this nigga's the devil. It's like,
lost the plot. Y'all have lost the plot. If you could look at somebody like Kev, shout out to Kev. By the way, Kev, he ain't asked me to be on the show or nothing like that.
I'm available. I'm saying. Do you think Kev just thinks I'm an academic? Maybe
Possibly.
He doesn't think I.
Maybe you gotta do something funny.
I gotta do something funny. Yeah, because I need to get on that show.
I guarantee you, I've made Kev laugh, and he was like, "Gotta call that guy."
I'm saying, bro, I know I didn't make Kev laugh a couple. Bro, when I first started TikTok, I was only on that bitch making jokes.
Yeah,
I had 100,000 followers before politics.
Is,
I gotta get back to my roots, bro. Smart. Kev don't think I'm funny.
Yeah, I think also, man, there's we always will talk about how like comedy and intelligence is intertwined, sure. Or just like creativity. Like, you're a very creative person, but man, you be whooping white folks' ass on CNN. And hey.
Yeah,
I'm only watching Fox News because that boy Josh on there giving white folks hell.
This summer, I'm back. I'm back on. I'm gonna be on Abby a couple more times.
Yeah,
no. This summer I'm in New York and I'm gonna be on Abby a bunch. So we'll see about that. Have you seen Isaiah Martin?
Yeah.
He was on Jubilee.
Yeah,
the black dude. He be whipping shit too. His debates.
He be spanking ass.
Spanking belt to ass.
He be belt to ass. He also a Zionist, and that's where niggas lose.
Oh, is he?
Yeah. That's why niggas don't like him.
Isaiah Martin?
Yes.
We talking about the same Isaiah Martin?
Glasses, furrowed brow when the white people were speaking.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I mean,
I didn't know that.
For most niggas, all you got to do is say, blank has the right to defend itself, and it's like, well, fuck you.
Yeah.
But I think that I respect however well-informed any black person is, and I respect also just months. I mean months of going live and just making MAGA looking stupid as a bitch.
It was a masterclass.
Oh my God, bro. They've never met us. I'm telling you, in their mind, they never thought a nigga could be that smart.
No.
Yeah, he's brilliant.
He be saying
I was gonna say
shit.
genius, but we can't keep throwing that word out. But he's brilliant.
Yeah, he is. And I like how calm he be.
He be so smart
before
too.
I
love it.
He'd be like, okay, yeah. Well then what? I'm like, oh shit. Like, we had free trade. I'm like, oh yeah, this nigga.
The thing is, I think I've heard him say this, but to our point about capitalism earlier, I wanted to say is that competition is great. The capitalism is a system of competition is for the free market, right? Until black people are winning the competition.
Yep.
And excelling in the free market, then we want some parameters around it.
For sure.
And I think that's always very interesting to me, that these people are staunch capitalists until black people start winning that capitalism.
This is kind of my problem with leftists, and obviously, if you feel free to push back if you have a different thought, but like, I feel like a lot of leftists were anti-capitalist before they were anti-racist, and I think that a lot of the tension we're seeing between white and black leftists right now is because they're realizing that the white people who were staunch opponents to capitalism were really only there because that system was not working for their white asses, right? And so now they're like, oh, we got to burn all this shit down. The same shit black people have been going through for a very, very long time. And so I think a lot of white leftists actually are the very people. This is not the majority, the lion's share of these people, but a lot of them are the people who very much so would be okay with a capitalistic system that helped them, but because it's not helping them, they want to burn it down.
Yeah.
A lot of them.
Yeah.
Or maybe I'm just cynical about white people. I don't know.
No, you're not. You have every right to be cynical, but that is also very accurate.
Yeah.
Here's the thing, like, imagine everybody that is in support of ICE, right? Imagine, like, if they were Eastern Europeans, and they started rounding up Eastern Europeans, and those could be their uncles, their cousins, brothers, sister, family. If it started affecting them, they'd be like, whoa. Hey. And now, the people that used to be paid in power and were middle management, as the economy struggles, that middle management check that stretches far, that power don't feel powerful anymore. And it's like, hold on, nigga, I was supposed to win in this. I thought I was going. And so, the quote, temporarily embarrassed millionaires, is the way that most white people, especially white men, operate, is that, I'm going to support this group of people. I'm gonna support the elite class because one day I will be in the elite class. And when they have to come to that like grueling realization that they won't be, it's like, well, we need to undo this whole shit.
Yeah. Now you there. Now you talking.
But it took for your bubble to burst.
Yeah.
And that's like, yeah, it's just unfortunate. Also, too, I'm not 100% about Isaiah Martin being a Zionist, so I don't want to put that label on that. Because I was looking it up, and it seemed like he was returning AIPAC money or something like that. So whatever. So we're going to just cut that out. I don't want to. Yeah, I don't want to shit on that nigga. He's brilliant.
Yeah.
You know,
I had never heard of. Was it in his race? I mean, we can still cut this part out. But was it in his race that they were saying that about?
No, I think it was. He was blowing up on Threads because of his Jubilee thing. And then, of course, a lot of leftists started coming out and saying, and I was like, I don't know if this is true. And also, it was some people that I've been following for a while. And I was like, well, they wouldn't just say that. Yeah. But at the same time, I didn't confirm that. And I ain't going to shit on that man. So we're going to cut that out.
I'm with it.
And we're just going to call that brother brilliant.
He is.
Yeah.
He is very brilliant.
I think it's very interesting to me to watch, like, the mass FOMO that white people are having. White women, very easy entry point to be anti-American when they can choose to go at the patriarchy, but not let go of their anti-blackness. So this is the struggle for them. White men, very easy to start with capitalist and not address anti-blackness. It's like everybody wants the entry point that doesn't hold them accountable. Yep. So like even with me, when I talk about like, you know, patriarchy and misogyny and things like that, it's like, yeah, I can benefit from those things. And I'm not running away from that. Yeah. I know that I have said things that maybe 10, 15 other black women have said time and time over again, and you didn't never hear it until I said it.
Yeah, that's facts.
Because of the patriarchal aspect of it, it's like you gonna listen to men, you ain't listening to women for your information. Yeah. Same thing will go to say most black people have heard a darker skinned person say this and they won't listen to them because of the colorist aspect. So I understand like what privileges I operate in, even if I have to deal with some of the same struggles. Yeah. But I ain't running away from either. Yeah. And everybody wants to start at the place where they don't have to be accountable. So for most leftists, it's like we're gonna start at the capitalist and not like I don't want to think about the racial aspect of it. Yeah. Because for one, that's like an easy thing to ignore that like capitalism and racism are intertwined. Yeah. But if I'm a white person and I want to go at capitalist, I have to address racial biases. I have to address racism and anti-blackness and the way that this country has treated black people. And most of them don't want to do that because it's not about what's better for the country at large. It's like, when are things going to be more beneficial to me?
You're absolutely right. I agree in every way. And there's another group that I think you left out that I want to say explicitly. Queer white people. Where's my camera? Is that one? Queer white people. Dear queer white people, you're still white. You are still white. I feel like we have to, every financial quarter, we got to remind queer white people that they're white. And that, listen, that's a good thing. You can advocate in ways that I can't advocate from your whiteness, right? Like I see some queer white folks beginning to like try to, they're doing like a oppression equality game with black. No, you're literally a white man.
Yeah. Also, where's my camera? Queer white people. You got your whole personality from black women.
Okay, I wasn't gonna say all that, but listen, since he went there, you know what I'm saying? What's all the neck popping? Yeah. What's all that? Is it? Are we just appreciating? You know, because we say the highest form of flattery is imitation. Yeah. Okay. Well, let's make sure as we're doing those things, we're protecting black women when they're not in the room as well. And also, like, it's okay that you're so white. I just want to like
just be white. It's fine.
Bro, white people used to be white, bro. When we was growing up,
man, white people
they used to make rock music, and they shit was kind of fire. Some of the rock music was kind of fire.
I wouldn't even put the condo on it. That shit was hard.
Some of the shit was hard, bro.
That shit was hard, nigga.
And then now they want to be rappers. Dear Colton, why are you trying to be a rapper, bro? Get in that garage, learn how to play that electric guitar, and make some fucking money. Green Day, you got the Green Day genes in you.
Hook up the amps, nigga.
They had the slang. Their slang was kind of hard. They said
Tubular.
whatever. What?
Oh, loser.
That shit used to hit.
That shit go crazy.
I was like, damn.
I ain't
like,
gonna lie, man. It was popping it.
bro, white people, get back to what you know.
They lost themselves, bro. They're the first generation of white people to hate niggas and want to be niggas.
Want to be niggas.
Oh, it's got to be a confusing place.
To hate niggas and want to be niggas, bro.
That's the purgatory.
Yes. That's white purgatory.
It's white purgatory. Like, I hate these niggas, but I want to be like them.
Because the generations before them hated niggas and wanted to extract from niggas.
I want to steal, but I want to.
Yeah,
I want to still be white.
They hated niggas, and I want to say the generations before them, they hated niggas with way more hair on their chest. You know what I'm saying? They would be like, yo. Like, you'd be like, why don't you send your kid to that school? They'd be like, too many Asians at the school. I don't fuck with Asians. And it was like, damn.
Straight
you know
up.
what I'm saying? Like,
Straight up.
No,
they Archie Bunker whites. Like, I'm not sending my daughter to school.
Some blacks. Some fucking black. But now, you trying to be cool with Tyrone and freestyle, then go vote for Trump. Hate niggas with your chest. I feel like we have a bunch of PSAs to white people. If you hate niggas with your chest, bro.
I'm gonna take a page out of your book. Stop being fucking posers, nigga.
Ooh, that's a good one. Posers.
They used to be posers. You remember back in the day, you couldn't wear a rock band shirt if you ain't listen to them niggas.
Mm-hmm.
You couldn't wear skate shoes if you weren't no skateboarder. So stop hating niggas and looking like us.
Facts. I mean, white people had their own culture. They liked that culture. And some of that shit was kind of cool. Jersey Shore.
Vibe.
That shit was kind of fun to watch.
Love white people being ratchet.
White people kind of had, for a minute, maybe this was just Chicago, white people had black people wearing Hollister for a quick minute.
Niggas was wearing Hollister
for a quick little second.
The summer of 09.
The
summer of 09, niggas was in Sperry's, American Eagle, and Hollister.
That's how dominant y'all get back to being white.
Man, y'all literally lost the sauce,
The
bro.
fucking sauce,
Y'all
bro.
lost it, bro.
Chop that up. I'm putting that on my page.
Man, shout out to Chief Keef for making white people want to be niggas. I never seen a white boy in a Ferragamo belt until Chief Keef.
Bro, Chief Keef had niggas in Chicago buying Gucci goggles, bro. Like ski goggles. He would buy these big ass goggles. He just wear them on the side of his head. And niggas was like, yo, I need a 500 pair.
He's overly powerful. He didn't know regular at 16.
That's what a Chicago nigga could do.
Yeah. Shout out to Chicago.
Shout out to Chicago. Yeah, hell yeah.
Man, shout out to Chicago niggas, man. This has been Josh Doss. Make some noise for Josh Doss, you know what I'm saying?
Thank you for having me.
And, before we get out of here, white people just go back to being white.
Yes, sir.
You know
Dude,
what I mean?
just maybe pick up a skateboard. Y'all was cold with that. Tony Hawk, that shit was cold.
I ain't gonna lie, the Asians cooking them right now with the
Are the Asians skateboarding? All right, maybe you lost that. Maybe it's two, but you can do some new shit.
You'll lose everything eventually. Let's just be honest.
So take a time bomb for you.
Pickleball and golf is next. I'm telling
Pickleball.
you. I have never met so many niggas that golf in my life.
Once niggas get a hand of pickleball, they're gonna ban it in America. They're going to ban
or
pickleball.
paddles will go up to like 1,000 per paddle.
They don't want
That's
us
what they did
to
with
see
baseball.
that.
They just raised the price. You know how much a baseball bat costs? Like $350, dog.
Mm-hmm. They trying to price niggas out. They say they can't. Y'all can't have everything.
Yeah, we got the Dominicans for that.
Yeah.
We don't need you niggas no
For
more.
real.
We're gonna outsource this to the Spanish blacks.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Yeah, bro. I think after this tour is over, we'll be touring through the end of the year. Next summer, catch me on the greens.
You trying to learn?
Yeah, for sure.
I want to learn too.
It seemed like a vibe, bro.
My pop's been trying to teach me for a minute. He fucks with it.
My uncle, they got the Cascade Golf Range. It was like black golf club over there. They was doing their thing.
Yeah.
And then we got one on South Side too. And now they popping up more and more because Mike Will Made It just made it golf or something like that. He got his own golf club. We got Eastside Golf out here.
Okay.
Yeah, niggas is golfing out here. So
all right, hit me when you really trying to learn. Maybe we'll live stream it or something.
Facts. We can go to the drive.
Because I'm gonna be ass. I'm gonna be ass off
I'm gonna be
rip.
garbage too. But the
I'm gonna learn
thing
it.
is like I'm a very visual learner. I learned how to drive from watching my mama how to drive. I was like, okay, bet. It was as soon as I get behind the wheel and I figure the mechanics out and how it feels, I'm off to the races. So once I learn the mechanics and then I catch the feel, I'm gonna be decent at that shit.
I think so too. I feel like black people could pick up shit like that. Like you see Tiger Woods and Serena Williams. I'm like, oh, We just haven't been trying.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's another thing too. It's like whenever a black person is very dominant at a white sport, they also be kind of like, I ain't no nigga for real.
Sometimes, yeah. Serena.
But if we had like a me?
No, there is a dude though. It's a dude from Chicago. I can't remember his name, but he be golfing. But
Bro, it's a nigga that's cold as fuck at golfing on my Instagram. He cold.
What's
bro.
his name? Is he black? He got dreads?
Yeah.
That's the Chicago nigga. I can't think of his name.
Cold.
He's nice.
That nigga cold. That nigga, I ain't never seen that nigga. Well, I mean, it's Instagram, but he par every time, if not birdie.
They gonna change the rule. This is what I say about basketball and football. I'm like,
y'all let Cooper Flag have the NBA. Y'all got it.
First of all, I could talk about Cooper ass all day. That nigga nice. But, you know, no, I always say black people dominate basketball because you can't change the rules halfway through the game. That's the only place. A three-pointer, always a three-pointer. You can't change the rules, and you look up 85% of the NBA black.
Yeah, because they be trying to change the rules on Coco Golf like every match.
I be seeing that, yeah. She always getting into it.
She just be eating grapes, cussing people out. Like, I got me fucked up, nigga.
She nice.
She got that New Balance money too, boy.
I remember, bro, that's funny you brought up the money because I remember she was on she was on Instagram Live. Somebody was like, and she had just won a bunch of money. Somebody was like, oh, are you going to pay off all your debts? And she was like, am I gonna pay off all my debts? She was trying to read it. She pronounced the B. Debs. She didn't know what that shit was. And Kevin on stage was like, this is the type of wealth I'm trying to have.
Yeah, I don't even.
She don't even know what debt is. she ain't even ever read that word before. She said debts. Debts?
She has no idea what debt is, nigga.
What is that shit? I'm like, I'm trying to get there. Yeah.
We'll get there on the golf course.
Okay.
You know
I'm with it. I'm with it.
We'll show it. It can't just be niggas that is retiring from the NBA playing golf. It got to be your everyday. You know what I mean?
Yeah. That's interesting because more of the NBA is becoming biracial.
You see what I'm saying?
It's a lot of
Aidens and Jaylens.
A lot of Aidens in the NBA
it's
now.
A lot of Dens in that motherfucker, man.
And they don't got that. They don't got that.
They ain't got that dog in them, dog. You ain't gonna get no Kevin Garnett out of them niggas.
Nah, them niggas, they got white mamas. All of them got white mamas.
All of them got white mamas because all they fucking daddies was in the NBA fucking white women. And then here comes this nigga.
Yeah.
And then you get Klay Thompson. You know what I'm saying? But shout out to Klay.
He date black women though.
Shout out to Klay. I was just gonna say, you gotta let me land, son. Shout out to Klay. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to him, son. He know what he doing.
Bro, you know what surprised me? You know Noah Lyles?
Yeah.
I was kind of surprised to find out that he was with a black woman. Don't he kind of seem... No, this is no shade.
Nah,
there's no shade to anybody with a white partner. Love is love. I truly believe that. But when I saw his fiance I was like, oh.
You gotta understand something about Noah Lyles, man. That nigga autistic, shot.
He has to be. He's something, right? Like
he on the spectrum.
I don't know if
y'all niggas say he acting white. That nigga just
he
on the spectrum.
Something, bro. Even the way, did you see the video where he started just
he went immediately to critique.
He said, oh.
Listen, he went to critique because it's not that he don't like her. He's on the spectrum. That nigga automatically seen 15 things he ain't like.
Bro, you see your fiance in a wedding dress for the first time. He said, I didn't think you would go with that one.
Yeah.
What's wrong with you?
Like, let me style her, man. She on man. And you know what? You know what's even crazier than that? To put that out.
Yes, and they posted
niggas posted that. They was like, you know what?
Nah, he's different, bro. He's different. Like
she was like, that's just Noah.
Yeah, he kind of sounds like an anime character too when he talks. Like I heard him one time. He's like, "I'm the fastest man alive," and I was like, "Oh, okay." Nigga sound like Vegeta a little bit, don't he?
You know that nigga watching.
Yeah, he a little something. But you know, shout out to Noah Lyles with his black partner. I love that. I didn't think that he would have one. So
I mean, that's just real, bro. You know what I'm saying? That's just the order of operations.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If I had to deduct, you know what I'm saying? If I had to deduce what I think this nigga would be with, it would be a white woman, but that's fine.
Yeah.
I'm glad he not with one. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to that nigga.
Yeah.
Being the fastest nigga on earth and marrying a... That means y'all son gonna be crazy.
That's true. That's true.
I wonder who Wemby, you know what I'm saying?
He does not date. There's no way he dates black women. You think he dates black women? He's French.
Wemby gonna pop out with a sister, man. Watch.
Really?
I don't know if it's true. I'm just speculating.
He gonna have a white girl. I wasn't
That nigga's
surprised
never
when,
seen American black women, and
but he looks up to Tim Duncan, and Tim Duncan is married to a white
that
woman.
nigga from the Virgin Islands, dog.
Yeah, he's different.
Tim Duncan showed up to his Hall of Fame induction in sandals.
Did he really?
No.
That's some shit he would do though.
Yeah, he was just weird, you know.
I feel like Wemby gonna have a white girl, but it's cool though because I think he's
French.
mixed people can have white. I
think that's it.
Yeah. Nobody's gonna.
I'm really interested into the next because here's the thing about golf too. It is an individual thing.
Mm-hmm.
You really can't fuck a nigga over in golf.
Yeah.
It's you versus you.
Yeah.
So it is just about having like mental fortitude and your mechanics on point. And like shout out to like, yo, as long as you don't drink and drive, bro, you're gonna be decent in that bitch. Like they can't.
What's wrong with this nigga, bro?
Chris next podcast, nigga. You know
What's wrong with this nigga, bro?
You know what I'm saying?
That nigga's also autistic. I'm sorry.
That nigga's not autistic, man. That nigga Caucasian.
Gotta be something, bro. And you know what's crazy,
that
bro?
That nigga gonna keep drinking and driving. That's what you don't understand about this nigga. He gonna do it again.
You know what's crazy? The craziest thing about it? Tiger Woods is a billionaire. He could never drive again. He's doing that shit for the love of the game, bro. He's in, bro. It's in him.
Hey,
like,
look, when they catch that nigga, he be looking a fucking mess. And he like, yup, I'm back. Yeah, what you gonna do?
Bruh, like,
what you gonna do, nigga?
And that's a life lesson. Like, do what you love, bro.
You can't take the money, nigga.
Do what you love.
And my son finna be the best golfer in this bitch.
His son is nice, too.
His son is cold, nigga.
Yeah.
Come on, man. He doing what he seen his father do.
Oh, hopefully not. He gonna be in the golf cart of 3 Kool-Aids in a goddamn...
Tiger said, "This how I became the greatest golfer." You gotta fuck some hoes. You gotta drink and drive. You know what I'm saying?
Shit, bro. Remember when Tiger Woods' wife got busted his car windows out, and it was like national news that he had cheated on his wife. I don't know why that was such a big story.
Because he was black and he was the best.
I feel like all the athletes be cheating on their wives, though.
Cheating on their wives, bro.
Yeah, all professional athletes, except LeBron. LeBron don't cheat, but
yeah, shout out LeBron.
Shout out LeBron James, only black man that don't cheat. But
shout out to LeBron James for just being solid, bro.
Solid as fuck.
You know what I'm saying?
Solid as fuck.
This is a solid nigga, man, all around. You know, hey, I've only heard good things.
I've only heard good things that were credible. Yes.
That was a joke about. What he said when they asked him about Israel.
Oh, Israel.
I didn't think I was gonna have to explain the joke. They kind of took the punch out of it a little bit.
Bruh, when he said that, I was like, that can't be possible.
Listen, my there's no way.
There's just no way.
You know every rap lyric, and you only heard good things.
There's just no way.
And then your mind was the King Day shoes, was the Memphis hotel. I was like, this nigga LeBron is really going for the money. He going for the gusto at the last. He's definitely retiring after this because he is like slowly undoing a 22-year legacy.
I really wish somebody would have been like, you only heard good things. Okay, what did you hear?
Yeah, tell me
like,
one.
Bro, tell me one of them. Because I don't know what they are.
Just rattle off 3.
Just give me 3 of them and we can head out.
But you got to also understand that this is a nigga that was interviewing about a book he hadn't even opened. You know, LeBron's a funny nigga, man.
Yeah,
He's unironically just hilarious as hell.
No, he truly is, bro. With the book shit is funny, but also just how he be capping.
He's a capper, bro.
I seek to cap the way he that's admiration. Like I admire how he capped, bro. He was like, didn't he say like, oh yeah, I was watching Kobe's game. I knew he was gonna have 80. And then they like pulled the records and he was like playing that night. Like he was like also like he was like, I was in front of the television with my friend. It's like LeBron, we have the internet. Like we
listen, bro. It's
another nigga that does it for the love of the game.
Yes.
LeBron
I gotta do something.
Yeah.
I need something. These lies, they keep me like when I get to lie to a nigga, I get to sleep at night. You know what I'm saying? You know, Tiger Woods, he could Uber, but what's the fun in that? You know what I'm saying? Like, what's the
live
fun
and
in
let
that?
live and let live. Yeah, you gotta respect it. Don't drink and drive, kids. But
Yeah, shout out to the GOAT, Tiger Woods, man. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the other GOAT, LeBron James. But shout out to the super GOAT, Michael Jordan. Just choking white people on the golf racetrack and pinching white boys' asses. Like, what's up with Mike? Cheddar cheese. Nigga, cheddar cheese in the eyes. Nigga, he off a fifth of Jack. And he choking a nigga and kissing him on the head. And did you see how stiff that nigga was? He's like, I know. Mike over there running the plantation, son. The Jordan NASCAR team is Mike's plantation. He not fucking around over there.
This is the thing you got to know about Michael Jordan. He been drunk since 2004. Like a consistent really
Since,
drunk.
really since like 92.
Really since 92.
Because you remember when
just
he started when he started with the Bulls, he was like, oh, I ain't doing cocaine and alcohol. Yeah. And then he was with the Bulls a little while. He was like, bring on the cocaine and alcohol. I get it now. I get it.
Yeah, no, he's been a steady drunk for a solid like 16, 17 years. Yeah. It's not all the way up here. Yeah. But it's not sober. Every morning you just gotta feed the demon a little bit. That's what Michael Jordan is doing.
Just wetting the whistle, man.
Yeah. Because that's the cheddar cheese in the eyes. The only 17 years of alcohol straight can do that to you.
Bro. He drinking everything neat with a cigar, bro. Mm-hmm. Man, when you win the match, he might choke you a little bit. Nigga. He gets that nigga like he was a trophy, son. He grabbed the nigga like, yeah.
Did you see
forgot he was a human, man. He grabbed him.
Did you see what he slapped old boy from the Hornets? What's his name? Malik Monk. You see when he slapped Malik Monk while Malik was on the court?
Yes. He slapped him like somebody's grandpa, nigga.
He was talking to him. He's like, what you doing?
This is the thing. Y'all gotta remember that Michael Jordan is a nigga from the country. Like, he's from Wilmington, North Carolina. He grew up around old black people. Yeah. Go watch his first interviews. This is a country ass nigga, bro. Yeah. So like that old mannerism, that just been waiting to come out. And that's how old people is when they frustrated with you. Yeah. They ain't got no more talk for you. Nigga, what the fuck is wrong with you?
You make a point though, because he had an old nigga walk his whole life. His whole life.
Bro, that nigga strapped, man. He keep his hand low, man.
Yeah. He was primed for this.
Bro, yeah. This is what it all been building up to. Yeah. It's a this.
I saw Michael Jordan one time in my entire life growing up, and he don't be in Chicago. He was coming out of a gym, and a bunch of people, gathered on one side. He came out and he went back in, and I had access to the gym. So when he went in, I went in, and other people couldn't. And he was telling somebody to bring his car around. And one of the ladies was like, don't you just want to go take a couple of pictures with some of the kids? There's like a lot of kids out there. And I swear to God, here is my right hand to God. You know the famous line, fuck them kids? He didn't say fuck them kids, but he basically said, he went, kids, them not my kids. I swear I put this on my mother's life. I was like, oh, and this was before the fuck them kids meme was even out, bro. I got to see the live fuck them kids, bro. This nigga Michael Jordan is different, bro. He said, them not my kids. He's right. Those aren't his kids.
You can't argue with that.
That's good logic.
You can't argue with that.
That's solid logic. He said, them not my kids.
Chris Man's podcast episode 100 or something, man. This is my nigga Josh Doss, bro. If you, fuck it. It don't matter if you watching this because we're going to be on stage tomorrow and this shit'll be over. Catch us at the Black Effect tomorrow, nigga, and in the future. Shout out my nigga Rod Rose behind the boards. Yeah, man. We'll see y'all next time, man.
It's just rap. You know what I'm saying? I just want to rap, I just want to rap, man. I just want to rap. They say without the proper labor, faith don't stand a chance. I put my faith in faith and stand on fertile land. I planted seeds that'll indeed turn into trees. Be forest and peace teas get printed to me.